We're playing more of this cool game, by the way. It's called Beyond Sunset. We actually started this game a week and a half or so ago, and we got the first episode knocked out last time. And oh, there's an invisible wall, so I cannot accidentally yeet myself into the purple ocean, the lean ocean, I suppose. Maybe it's more clouds, but I'm trying to think. In the first episode there was a particular target that we were, like a VIP we were pursuing, and we of course got that person. In this one, I think we're given another target that we're pursuing. It's the basic gist. And we've snuck on board what looks to be like, when I first saw the cutscene, I said this reminded me a little bit of Jedi Knight / Get Jedi Outcast, the Star Wars Dark Forces games, and which is no complaints here because I love those games. So, shipping and receiving, and there we go. Yeah, Metacore. That's right. That's the place we're going to right now. Yeah, it's future purple smog. The purple smogs. By the way, I saw Mallory, who she heard me say funky. She said, "Whoa, are you talking about that? You talking that funky chonky?" That's the one problem, is I've shown my full hand, you know, to Mallory and to Aaron by showing them the Daniel Thrasher video of like that goofy fucking video where it's like him and his clones are reacting to, you know, this new keyboard synth that tone that he's figured out, like all the goofy shit they say. So much of like the interesting things that I say come from that video. So now it's like it's like shit. That's my whole ass personality. I got nothing left, man. So now I'm just a boring ass dude. I'll have to find something else upon which to base my personality, but I'll think of something. I'll think of something. By the way, we get more stuff. By the way. Poison attack. Casts stuff, you say. Casts things that cause damage. So we're talking spells, maybe. Kind of some Star Wars vibes. Yeah, I'm here for it, man. I'm down. Infobot. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one, Mallory. And that's the problem. I actually only know of a few Daniel Thrasher videos, and he's made a bunch, and a bunch of them have things that like have like a thumbnail or a title that interests me. I want to watch it, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So he's a very impressive content creator. Tell me about Metacore, by the way. Technology conglomerate, great. Given with a name like that, I would have never guessed. Metacomputer and Xanadu. I think Xanadu is what we used to like hack into the mainframe when we went into like the vaporwave zone. We connected to the network. I think that's what that is. Oh, wait, what did it say? Highest ranking employees. Oh, I thought they were gonna like give the names or something. First and only quantum computer. Timeshares on the Metacomputer daily. Okay, maybe that's the what's it called? What I say? The vaporwave teleportation zone that we went to last time. The Metacomputer is the largest structure. Okay, so we're inside the Metacomputer then. Yeah. Okay. It's just a gigantic mega, like crazy huge computer, and it's also a large building. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So I was right the first time. That's what Xanadu is. Only be run on the Metacomputer. Cool. Thanks for the info, Infobot. That's why they call him Infobot, because he's got the goods. Also, there's a floating... Now, this is the distant future, of course, but we still use optical discs. So, that's nice. Also, we get grenade launchers. Underslung grenade launcher to your shotgun. Oh, baby. So now, we have to make a choice. Do we save up for a health upgrade? Do we save up for a cool spell of some kind? Or do we pony up the cash now for a grenade launcher and call it a day? Oh, and by call it a day, I mean, you know, continue saving up money. Let's see what kind of baddies we have to deal with. Maybe we won't have any bad guys to deal with anyway. Maybe everyone's gonna be down for diplomacy. Maybe there's gonna be no bad guys. Maybe we're all gonna have very normal conversations. There's extra guns just kind of lying around. Granted, I'm already maxed out on ammo. Go for the grenade launcher. Computer programs. This program right here, maybe? It's still no drives. Access the gold disc. Icebreaker. Drill through pesky ice. I guess that's it. So we installed it into our brains, maybe? It's like the cams. Yeah, go for the grenade launcher. So that was a place kind of like we are right now, maybe on the opposite side of where we are right now. It looks like a pretty chill little place there. That's where we are now. Okay, that's where we came from. Anything else? Announcements? 20-year vision. This ought to be good. It's a whole text blob. Summarized in a succinct way. Exponential improvements in communication capabilities. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So-called home computers remain an unrealized fantasy unlikely to come to fruition. Maybe this is like an alternate history situation where, yeah, instead of home computers, it was all about small, distinct supercomputers. And them's where the monies were. Okay. I'm gonna read all this out loud, obviously. A vision of the first presidency. Seems. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Do I want to access the network? Yeah. I guess I might as well. All right. Cool. I mean, I think the general consensus is if they give us the capability of accessing the network, it's probably because there's something here. And we got, this is the ice thing, right? Yeah. What'd they say? The ice breaker, the ice drill, the something attachment. There we go. Okay, so I guess it's a one-use thing, though. Okay, good to know. So I could exit if I wanted to, or we could keep exploring and see how deep the rabbit hole goes, as they say. Oh, I see. Little puzzle sequence, very nice. Yeah, I think the general consensus is if we ever have the option to go here into the metaverse, then we should. And we should do so because that's probably like a sign that there's stuff that we need to do. Things need to activate. Platforms we need to enable. Stuff we need to find. Now I say all that. I think we good? We Gucci? Accessing those archives, hell yeah. And now we are once again in like a vaporwave world, which is pretty cool. I think that's a save point. I go ahead and save here. Yeah, go ahead and save here. And okay, yeah, I need to be aware of that kind of climbing motion. It's easy to have that last piece of momentum kind of carry you too far. Got 2 hearts up here, which is nice. We're maxed out at 5 for the time being. That's really cool. Right, so let's go back to the other one. Yeah. I'll do its thing. I'm gonna have it go back that way. Oh no, here we go. Go this way. Okay, we're gonna need to break this ice. We need to find another drill. Even a few of them. It looked like one drill broke like one wall of ice. Oh, that's kind of like, oh Jesus, that's a very sudden perspective. What I might even have to do is have this rotate a few more times, or around over here maybe. But I suspect since there's like multiple layers of platforms we're rotating. Oh, by the way, I never went live on the other platforms. What am I doing? What am I doing, man? I haven't streamed in a couple days and I forgot how to, do all the stuff. Yeah, give me one sec. Like I said, we've gotten it nailed down pretty dang well over the weeks. I guess we've been doing the multi-streaming thing for a few weeks now, maybe even a month at this point. But yeah, we've gotten this thing pretty nailed down by this point. Last piece, I just gotta grab this one URL and then we'll be all set. The Vaporwave world, I do like it. I do like the hacking sequences. I can appreciate that it is I mean, there's shooting, obviously, there's platforming, there's shooting, there's the usual stuff, but I appreciate there's a little bit more focus on puzzle solving and exploration, whereas, yeah, the main game is very much focused on shooty pooty absolutely, which is fine. I enjoy the shooty pooty. I embrace it wholeheartedly. Move this over here. There we go. Yeah, I want to live in the Vaporwave world. I would be okay with that if not for the Andross heads that sometimes like to give us some business. Other than them, I'd be down. But the floating Andross fellas, they do complicate things. But I think what we need to do, since there's kind of two layers of things are rotating, let's go ahead and rotate the outermost layer. So that allows us to go into here. Even though we were able to walk outside these walls earlier, I think what I need to do is I need to activate this. Oh, it exits. Oh. Okay, well, I'm full of shit. I thought that was gonna, like, activate something. Let me try... I'm gonna poke around with that just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. What's up, Grinch? It's good to see you, by the way. Getting back into this thing. This is still activated, so we're good there. Oh, except this little teleporty majig. It's not doing the teleporties. Do I... like reactivate it maybe? I don't know. Wait, hold up. If I go here? Well, that kicks me out. Maybe that means we're good? Maybe that means we've done what we needed to do? We got Mallory on the outside. That's right. We got Grinch, we got Mallory, we got the freaking homies. Yeah, maybe that means we've done all that we need to do here. I was thinking that, well, that purple switch maybe was going to activate something that would give us a little drill, and the drill would be used to, power through these little areas, but maybe that means we're good for now, and we'll need to find another panel, another, access panel to get where we need to go. Get back to that kind of multi-tiered area we were in. And actually, maybe what we need to do is we need to get another one of those little drill arm things from their gold disc, because we saw there was a gold disc and another kind of camera station further back this way. Are you friends? You are not friends. All right, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna go buy a grenade launcher. Hold your fucking horses. Are you a grenade launcher? You're poison and shit. All right, your grenade launch. Here we go. And bye. Cool. Thanks for being cool about this. I'm not gonna lie, the grenade... Excuse me? What the fuck's going on over there? Kind of loud, isn't it? Can I turn that down a little bit? I remember doing this last time. Sounds. Turn down to 0.50. It's the inside of Data. Oh my god. I don't remember any Next Generation episodes where they got to see inside of what Data sees, inside of his mind. But that, I'm assuming that's how it would be, especially because that was in the 80s. So yes. Some chalky milk, Grinch. I'm honored, Grinch. What a delightful, positive thing to have an association like that. Thank you for allowing me to have that kind of positive association. That's so much nicer than being like, yo, Alex, I took the stankiest dump the other day and I thought of you. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. What's up, Arctic? What's up, buddy? Eat my glue. Now, Arctic, I would say, like, I would say that, you know, the you want to like try to catch somebody red-handed, but I guess it'd be catching somebody glue-handed. Like, you know, there'd be like very obvious signs. So the fact that my hands are clean, and then my hand is not glued to my mouse, and my hand is not glued to my keyboard, that means I'm innocent. My cold dead hands because it's glued to them. Correct. Also correct. Hey, what's going on with these guys? Oh, they're not happy to see me. Now, how much ammo does this use? It's like 3. Yeah, it's like 3 shots for a grenade. The grenade explosion is kind of unsexy. I was hoping to have a bit more oomph. One of those. But it did give us some ammo, which is nice. So we are good there. We are good there. Hold on, what's Farsight? Hold on, what is this? What's Farsight saying? Weirdest dream with a crow in the anvil. What's we're talking about Star Trek. Right. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't recognize that at all, so I probably haven't seen that one then. Meerkat, what's up, buddy? Bone jobs. I am that's a new one. Of the multitude of things I've heard over the years. Ouch. Oh, there we go. That grenade did some work. Bone jobs, that's a new one. Ouch. I'm assuming we'll eventually get an upgrade for the assault rifle to have like a scope or something. So I like the assault rifle, but it's kind of unsatisfying, isn't it? It's just like, it's kind of like dribbles out the bullets. There's no satisfying like the way the shotgun has like a nice kick to it. I mean, it kills, but it's not a very sexy kind of killing. Like I have like, if I'm being generous, I've got a quarter chub right now. It's, you know, very, very unappealing, very unsexy. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and tap back into the metaverse. Oh, never mind. We just got another disc. I thought that meant we were in good shape. Got to find another access panel then, because we did just find another gold disc. You'll give me a bone job. I don't know what a bone job is. You know, if in my wilder single years, if a nice sultry lady were to approach me and say, "Hey, big boy, you want a bone job?" I would go, "Hey, I'm sorry, what?" And then I would probably do some Google searches, and then I would be confused, and then I would inquire for more information. Positive associations with me. I was in a fender bender and I thought about you. Now, what I was hoping you would say, Grinch, is you would phrase it differently and say, "Yo, Alex, I got rear-ended the other day, and I thought of you." I would be quite flattered. I would be extremely flattered. That'd be delightful. Yeah, big Trekkie. That's right. That's as you should, Farsight. As you should, bud. A lightning gun should just be a lightning gun then. Well, I don't mean like a kick, like you're talking about Unreal Tournament, right? I don't mean a kick similar to, you know, to that degree. Because, yeah, the lightning gun is a gun that has an only kick. Like, that is a very badass weapon in Unreal Tournament. Although I think of the lightning gun as something more akin to a sniper rifle. I know it's not the sniper rifle. There's another gun called sniper rifle. But lightning gun is kind of like something similar. If you can get a headshot, it's a guaranteed kill, so it's pretty dang solid. I think of this as I'm trying to think of like what's the nearest thing. Archival and retrieval. The nearest thing to something like this in Unreal Tournament. I guess the starting assault rifle maybe, or maybe the minigun. But actually, I guess the minigun, because this thing doesn't have clips. You just fire until it's out of bullets. Sickly looking skin, Johnson. I'm sorry to hear that, bud, if you've been feeling not so great lately. If you've been having some unfun healthy things. Just a weird episode. Yeah, it does not ring a bell, so it doesn't sound like one that I think I would recognize, but there's a lot of Star Trek Next Generation episodes I've never seen, even though I do say it's my favorite. I have not seen all of it. Also, booty. There we go. I guess, are they naked? I guess they are kind of naked. Oh, look at that. They kind of turn. Well, they're not actually turning, but it's, you know, it's a sprite thing, obviously. What's it say? Metacore. And it's all grayscale and sad. Oh, Quake lightning gun. Let me think about that. Yeah, lightning gun. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the one that if you use it in the water, it auto kills you. Yes, that lightning gun. That makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, it does kill things relatively quickly. I think the lightning gun in Quake melts things' health bars a little bit more quickly and more satisfyingly. Translucent skin, I gotcha. I mean, I'm a pale motherfucker, so I'm in no position to judge. It's like that, but with your Cockix. That's a new one. That's a new one for sure. Black Cannon, Bio Rifle, or Redeemer in this game. Oh baby, I'd be delightfully happy, delightfully enthused. Yeah, fake Star Trek fan. Read the novelization of Nemesis. Oh boy, I'm guessing that's not a good one. I'm guessing. I definitely have not seen all of Next Generation. I've never seen any of the Star Trek movies, not a single one. So I am perhaps the most basic, or not basic, but the most fakest of Star Trek fake fans. You know, get back in your garage and fix my car, you know, fake gamer boy, like that kind of thing. It's a real thing that I made up, though. Yes. Oh, a chiropractor thing. Okay, yes. Fingers up a lot of, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. And you know what, Meerkat? I bet somebody out there would be down for it. So it's gotta be someone's, you know, a preferred flavor, right? Yeah. Aim scan with 0 spread. Yeah, that's what this gun kind of is. Very little spread. Real chill. SeaWorld movie. Hold on. SeaWorld movie. Are you talking about the one that's like a documentary? It's very sad. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a documentary and it makes you not want to go to like a water amusement or like an aquarium amusement park ever. Blackfish. That's the one. Thank you. The Star Trek movie about the whale. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't even know this thing's a thing. I didn't even know this thing existed. So the answer is yes, Arctic. I'm down. I'm guessing it's not good. I'm guessing it is not good. Also, Jesse, good to see you, buddy. Movies are kind of not great. Really, that's a shame. The Tom Hardy one. Interesting. They're just kind of two-part episodes that could have been or should have been movies. I feel like I've heard that some of the Star Trek movies are good. Isn't it that like the ones that are directed by Leonard Nimoy are good and the ones that are directed by William Shatner are not good or something like that? There's some kind of way where you can tell which ones are to be avoided. Yeah, Star Trek 4, gotcha. Learned what a bone jump. Yeah. Frantically Googling things. Frantically and frenetically Googling across multiple windows, multiple computers, multiple operating systems. By the way, administrators are arguing with each other, he says. Is that it? Arguing and trying to connive against each other. I wonder if I could use that intel to turn them against each other, maybe. Special authorization. Enter each wing of the metacomputer. Is that authorization acquired by virtue of killing things? Because if so, I'm your dude. Absolutely. Even numbered are good, odd numbered is generally not good, is the basic rule of thumb. I mean, knowing my ass, I would still want to watch all of them eventually, but knowing that there's, you know, some that have a higher or more generous opinion than others, you know, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into ahead of time. Also, you know, the company that I work for, you know, I've been to their main kind of corporate headquarters a number of times. They actually have one of these. They actually have a death pit in the center of the main building, and they have the floating ball of energy. This is how corporate America works, by the way. For anybody who does not work in corporate America, this is what's at the center of every corporation, every corporate headquarters. Just the void, the gaping void. I know we have Mallory here. I don't know if Aaron's here, but Aaron knows a thing or two about showing hole. Aaron loves to talk about showing hole on stream, and gaping on stream. So we got some of that right now, which is great. But this is corporate gaping, which is even more flattering, really. So yeah. I'm assuming there'll be a final boss in this area that'll remind me of maybe maybe a previous boss I might have had at one point in my life. So yeah, this all tracks. This all tracks. No employees. Just the void. Maybe it's a sacrificial pit where tentacles will come out. Maybe this is where Xerxes gets fucking blasted, or not Xerxes. What's the guy's name? The beginning of Sparta with the Sparta kick and the whole thing. Maybe that's where this whole thing happens. Who fucking knows? Who heckin' knows? Let's talk to this guy. Oh, except he has nothing new to say to us. Yeah. Yo, Jesse. Jesse says they suck a bone job. Jesse, that makes me so happy. Good to see you, buddy. Jesse says, I know exactly what's up, Alex. That sounds wild and weird, Elgaso, and I'm kind of down for it. The plot of Star Trek 4. Trying to fit into normal society. I'm down. I'm down to watch that shit. The time travel episodes, yeah, I remember some of those. The lizard people. Yeah, Arctic like, excuse me, what the hell, Alex? I know all about voids. There you go. Hey, there's Aaron. Aaron says, wait, we talk about showing hole on stream? Listen, I'm happy to oblige. In fact, the last time Mallory and Aaron got to rate us, they requested, no, they demanded that we show hole. So there it is. This is what my hole looks like. It took about a week to get there, but good holes come to those who wait. Winky face. They're the shareholder souls? Well, also not inaccurate. Also correct. Corporate gaping. Suspend the balls above the hole. What an intellectual phrase that was. I showed you my endless pit. Please respond. We've got another icebreaker installed. Very good. Laptop comes in the morning. Hey, that's exciting, Lime. New laptop hype. That's exciting. Can I be nosy and ask what kind of laptop? Because that is something worth being excited over. New machine is fun. Absolutely. Yeah. Watch the OG stuff? Yeah, I've seen, if I'm being generous, a handful of episodes of OG Trek. I think I saw the pilot episode, and I think I saw the Tribbles episode. And yes, the Tribbles episode is, the Trouble with Tribbles is iconic, of course. But no, again, I'm such a basic bastard when it comes to Star Trek. I've seen so little, but I enjoy what I've seen. At least I enjoyed Next Generation, because original Star Trek, I bet it was great when it came out. And it's still fun, but it didn't grab me necessarily the way the Next Generation grabbed me. Quality hole, I'm so glad that it passes the whole quality test. I'm glad my hole passed the sniff test, if you will. Yeah, Meerkat, you knew exactly what I was getting at. Got the Lenovo ThinkPad, there you go. Start with the OG. Felt like kind of classic. Yeah, I mean, old Trek is fun. It's fun, but like, yeah, I get it. It's kind of, for me, it was more of a novelty. Yeah, the OG Trek, exactly. Red Dwarf, yes, I've only seen a few episodes, but I like what I've seen of Red Dwarf. Time Warp Set will produce holes? I sure hope so. Now, I'm assuming... Yeah, I can't, like, switch weapons right now, so I'm assuming this is what we got for a bit. Let's go ahead and... switch that over. Zoop. So I don't know if it matters which one we break first. Actually, hold on. There's another save point. Go ahead and save. Especially if to make sure I don't wind up in a broken bridge situation. I'm gonna break this. Bloop. So it takes that whole layer out. That's good. Oh, it keeps going. Okay, that's reassuring. Oh, right. I need to use the other weapon. Now, is it just me? But listen to the noise this thing makes as it shoots. Oh, never mind. They all do it. Well, actually, yeah. Does it sound like it's going meow? Meow? Can you kind of hear it? I'm getting myself killed trying to prove this point. Ah, fuck. I did get myself killed. I was like really listening in to see if it was meowing at me. Which would be very appropriate because they're little like sort of kitty cat shaped little fellas. It's also hard to say though because the regular enemies I think have similar projectile noises. So I might be hearing... It might have been wishful hearing. Yeah, so it does not work against the face fellas. You gotta use the regular bullets against the face fellas and the green bullets against the little cat friends. We're degenerating quite nicely, as we should. Yeah, we're degrading as we should. Oh, I'm dead, by the way. Oh shit. I unpaused and I'm dead. As I must have paused mid-combat. Was there a Doctor Who online game? You know what? That's a very good question. I would have assumed, because when you get something that popular like Doctor Who, especially being like, you know, Doctor Who is what I would call a crossover mainstream success. You know, it's like kind of like Game of Thrones. Like you don't have to be like a hardcore sci-fi person to appreciate Doctor Who. So there's lots of, dare I say, normies who like Doctor Who. So therefore, it stands to reason that some game developer or some publisher would have had an epiphany that said, yo, shit, we gotta fucking jump on this Doctor Who hype train. We gotta get in on this somehow. Somehow we gotta get in on this. So presumably it would have happened at some point. Place is crawling with bad guys. No wonder I got fucking deleted earlier. Smallest here, Arctic? I don't know, man. I'm a short glass of water, I'll say that much. Arctic will be proud of me. I've, you know, every once in a while we'll talk about the fourth hole here on the stream. You know, we talk a big game here on the stream about showing hole, but sometimes we're a little bit coy about which hole to show, especially because there's legends of the fourth hole. And, you know, every once in a while you get some wise guy, some Weisenheimer who comes in here and says, well, wouldn't the... Oh, that kills you. No surprise there. Some Weisenheimer comes in and says, wouldn't the fourth hole be the nostrils? And to that I say, well, for one thing, there's two of them. That'd have to be the fourth and fifth hole. And then the other thing, I use Arctic's line and I say, nope, nostrils are way too big. I wouldn't fit. So there you go. There you go. Those suckers are way too big. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh, don't jump it up. Okay, that's what I get for not paying attention. I want to read chat. I want to, you know, read the words and also play the video games. I can do both. I can do both simultaneously without getting shot. Good timing. Good timing. By the way, I like the blue. The blue screen of sort of death. Blue screen of, I guess, literal death at this point. Also, what's up, VTech, by the way? Good to see you, bud. Everything popular is an IP, yeah. Either some kind of online game or some kind of licensed movie or TV show game tie-in. In fact, that came up not too long ago. The idea of, like, crusty-ass movie licensed game TV show kind of slop. And I'm trying to remember what the context was. I don't think it was the Gollum video game, but it was sometime around the release of the Gollum video game. There was some other thing that came out, and it was making people or maybe it was Gollum. It was basically making people nostalgic for when every major movie thing or TV show or something like that had some kind of like licensed game slop that was usually not great. Every once in a while you'd get a really good game like GoldenEye, but usually they were just mediocre and forgettable. But at the same time, I guess it was a quaint period of video gaming, like VTech said, early 2000s, where every significant and insignificant game release had some kind of video game tie-in, and that's just how it was for a bit. It was strange. It was strange, but That's just how it was for a long time. They would, they'd pick some inexpensive developer. They would hand a movie license off to them. They'd try their darndest to either, if they could, take lines from the movie, like voice lines, or do their best job of hiring an impersonator to like re-record the lines for them. And yeah, usually the result was not great. Usually it was very forgettable. Legends of the Fourth Hole. I was thinking Legends of the Hidden Temple, but yes. Inside the ear holes. Now, we're not saying the ear holes themselves is the fourth hole, but it's somewhere in there. Yes, all roll sex. That's right. That was the death pit earlier? Oh, that's the fourth hole. Gotcha. Magic the Gathering? Yes. Yes, yeah, your iRossi is exactly correct. There've been some wild crossover stuff lately. I know about the Lord of the Rings ones. I know about, yeah, I've seen the Warhammer ones. There've been some weird ones. Like, I mean, a lot of it's been kind of weird, but like some very unexpected ones. Let's go ahead and save now that I've killed some bad guys. Yeah, some very unexpected crossovers with things that even aren't necessarily like fantasy. You know, things that I mean, Warhammer Magic the Gathering. It's not that strange of a combination to imagine. I don't think, at least. Like, I think it's fairly sensible. But yeah, some of the other ones are pretty out there, honestly. It's gonna be some for Fallout and Final Fantasy as well. It's like, yeah, what's it called, Mugen? The kind of DIY everybody's here fighting game engine. Lego series. Yeah, I've never actually played any of the Lego games except for the Star Wars one. And it was like the original Star Wars games. Art, very good. That activates that one. Yeah, I played the original Lego Star Wars games that came out like for the, I guess, PS2 and GameCube. You know, probably 15 or some odd years ago, and I liked them. I know there's the Skywalker Saga, which I've heard is quite good. Came out, I guess, last year. But yeah, that's the thing. There's also like Lego Batman. There's the Lego Hobbit movie, or games rather. There was, I'm assuming like a Lego Lord of the Rings kind of thing at some point. Just lots of DC and I guess Marvel stuff as well, for that matter. In fact, I know there was like a Marvel open world Lego game that I always thought looked really cool. That came out, I guess it was on like the PS, I want to say like PS3, I think, and maybe like on the Wii as well. There we go. Bring this back this way. So we gotta break those thingamajigs. It's gotta be on the switch to take out this panel here. So that's blocking this fella. Let's go this way then. Actually, I think I have to angle this back this direction anyway. Yeah, that shit sucks. Yeah, COVID. I mean, that's the thing. So many of us have had it by this point. So many of us have had it, you know, and had some degree of like a recognizable experience. You know, again, talking about having the metal mouth flavor profile with Paxlovid, or like, I guess even if people do or do not take some kind of medicine for it, you know, some people have their sense of smell or sense of taste temporarily altered, or even in some case long-term, like having a long-term feeling of it being altered. So yeah, that shit is not fun. It is not fun. So yeah, like I said, glad it's at least getting a lot better. Let's go ahead and get this guy going. We already kind of diddled some things on the other side. Let's unlock some walls down this way and see what that opens up. So if I smack this one, nope. Turn the audio back up on my computer. Oh shit. Little fella's out of there. There we go. Yeah, exactly. The long COVID or long Rona. Shit sounds awful. Yeah, I mean, when I had it, like I said, it was back in February, and to my knowledge, I've made a full recovery. I don't think I've had any lasting issues. So I'm quite lucky. I had a couple friends from college that they both got it. They're husband and wife. They're both married to each other. So of course they live together, and they both got it. When one got it, they both got it basically. And yeah, one of them made a post on Facebook. Now, granted, this was like a year or so ago, so maybe it's better by now. But as of like 9 months after they had it, they were saying how like both of their sense of smell and maybe even taste, but definitely smell, had like basically been permanently altered. Or I shouldn't say permanent necessarily, but very much long-term alterations, where they were saying some smells that they used to find unpleasant don't like they're not pleasant to them now necessarily, but they don't bother them. And then some smells that used to be pleasant to them are like gag-inducing with like how strong of a reaction their bodies have now, which is truly wild to think that it would have like that pronounced of a difference. Now, isn't that interesting? I was thinking I would just rotate this one this way, but I guess that's not an option. But that's okay. What I'm gonna do is just have it face this way. We're gonna reorient that little laser to point where it's that one, and that'll... Actually, maybe that's what we gotta do. Maybe we have to make sure this goes that way. Maybe that's how it's gonna go. We'll find out soon. Yeah, the taste of metal, yeah. Small amount of burst blood. Oh, that sounds unpleasant. Yeah, this would be just from... Yeah, it was never anything that was like physiological. I think it was basically just a weird taste thing. Just a weird aftertaste thing, just from Paxlovid in particular. I don't know if the other... I mean, I think there's at least one other COVID symptom drug out there, symptom treating drug out there, similar to Paxlovid, but that's a more common one, Paxlovid at least. And it's a pretty unpleasant side effect, but it's a pretty mundane one as well for that matter, so it's, it's a small price to pay when it comes to being able to recover quicker, so it was worth it. 2 weeks before you moved? Oh, Jesus. It's not sleeping longer than usual. Yeah. Might have some kind of long haul Johnson. I mean, that is unfortunately how it goes with some people. It really is kind of luck of the draw. If there's some kind of long-term effects still. Chips Challenge. Man, Chips Challenge, that's a deep cut. That's an impressive deep cut. Yeah, because this is Beyond Sunset. We got the developer, or at least one of the developers, but I think probably the main person, who's in the chat with us right now. They, of course, have lots more information about this game than I do, but I'm digging it a lot so far. This is actually just the VR component, or like virtual reality kind of hacking inside the computer part of the game. There's also a meat space part of the game where we are killing bad guys and shooting guns, that kind of thing. This is more puzzle solving and explore, well, maybe not exploration, but like more platforming, more puzzle solving, that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. Now, I can't get into here because I don't have another ice drill. I'm gonna need to find another ice drill at some point. Be able to get into the next sequence, which means another gold disc. I can't do anything with this one. I get back to that one really cool... where it was. There was an area not too long ago where we found, it was like a, I think it was like a grayscale. Actually, I think this is it maybe. Just a warp to take me out back to the meat space. There we go. Yes, now we're back here. We got katanas, we got guns again. So this is more the main part of the game. But yeah, that was a more pronounced sequence of going through the VR stuff, which I do like. I like the VR parts of the game. It's pretty cool. And so, like, some people said they actually like the VR stuff. They find the VR stuff to be more interesting than the main stuff, like than the meat space part of the game. But I enjoy both, honestly. Let's get caught up on chat here. Yeah, what you got a buddy that has some kind of long COVID Beyond Sunset Dev? That sounds awful, honestly. I mean, that's a fucked up thing too about the disease. Of course, we don't have. There's a lot we don't know about it because it's still obviously a pretty new disease. So the fact that it has some kind of neurological thing going on that can cause I don't know about long term, but definitely prolonged term effects is pretty fucked up. And it's, I guess, just luck of the draw, honestly. Like, I don't know what causes long COVID to happen, but some people are just unlucky, I guess. Taste of cheese? I sure hope not. The Tetris levels of Sven co-op. I don't think I ever played the Tetris ones. Also, Splattercake, good to see you, bud. Lost taste for a day, but it was just for one day. That's good. Because yeah, some people, like I was saying, you might have heard me say earlier, I have a couple buddies that their sense of smell, at least long term, has been affected. I don't know if it's permanent, but definitely long term. Yeah, 12 hours. Yeah. For me, I got Paxlovid like basically 24 hours after I first started showing symptoms, and it didn't immediately make me feel a ton better, but it made the recovery process just pretty quick overall. Like, basically by the time on my, because it was like, I think once every 12 hours you would take a dose, I think, basically. So by like dose 3 or 4, I was like already noticing a pronounced improvement. So it was noticeable, but it's still, I mean, I still had to go all the way through the full pack of pills. And even by the time I was done with the pills, with the treatment, it was, I still had like a little bit of lingering effects, but I was pretty good after basically a week, honestly. A week from when I first got diagnosed. Yeah, Sven co-op, yeah. I'm impressed you never played System Shock, because Arctic is right. There's some very good System Shock vibes, whether or not it was intentional or not. The taste of pennies. Interesting, like a mile sprint. But yeah, only if it's a short-term thing. That makes sense. What's up, FX? Good to see you, bud. He says, I wasted today, which sounds no fun. Chips Challenge 1 is on Steam. I did not know that, actually. It's free on Steam, even. Installing... Oh, Stalker Gamma. That's right, we were talking about Stalker Gamma not too long ago. That's right, yeah. All the content in the demo, but it had some additional developers. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so the other ones are more of a co-op kind of thing. Kind of collaborative effort. That's pretty sweet. As that first episode was very, very involved. It was there was a lot of cool ways to I mean, like you had said, there was a lot of places, really cool places to explore in episode 1, and a lot of like side paths to go down, which I really appreciated. The amount of variety in that first episode was very refreshing, so I really enjoyed it. I have no idea if the subsequent levels are going to be more linear and more direct, but that first one was very fun to explore and take in the sights and sounds. There was a lot to it, and I felt like I had my lion's share of just kind of flavor to drink in. It was extremely fun. I like this too. I'm liking the vibes of this area so far, at least. Let's see, I know we activated a few more things. Now this is open over here. Actually, I see several things are open. Oh my. Now I can't... Yeah, because we've already been down... So I guess down here then. Yeah, there's that bottom floor. So this is what we saw earlier from above. Or I guess we saw it from below. And these are all the same terminals as earlier. Yeah, cameras and access network. We have no more gold cards, or gold keys to use, rather. And I see it's going to be one of these kinds of things. We have, I guess, 3 doors or passages we'll need to go through. Let's go through this first one here, since it is open. Yeah, it was not a clean process to get Stalker Gamma installed. That's something that I do want to get set up on my own as well, FX, because that's a game, or I guess a mod for a game, or I guess a mod for a series even, that I do want to play. Because Gallineth has been streaming it a lot on his streams. There's a few of the streamers that I follow that have also been playing it, and it looks extremely fun. And it looks very, very cool. Although I'm sad to hear that it's kind of a pain in the ass to get set up. But it's a pretty involved mod, so I'm not terribly surprised that it's an involved process to get it up and running. What I first need to do, though, is play through the other Stalker games, because I understand it has content from Clear Sky and Call of Pripyat that probably only really makes sense if you've, played these games before. Episode 2, cyberspace maps. The only solo devs, right? I think episode 2 is the best one so far. I mean, I'm really enjoying the at least the aesthetics. I mean, this kind of thing is like just the architecture and just kind of the overall vibe. It's pretty slick. And no, I'm not just saying that because there's naked sphinxes wearing sunglasses. Of course, I don't have a fetish for that. Of course not. But no, I will not be taking in further questions. Programming and development. So this is probably more of what we've seen before. List drives, nothing yet. Still the same cameras, presumably. These are different cameras, actually. Lime says it is sleepy time. Have a good night, Lime. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I'm excited for the new laptop for you, but that is extremely exciting. Had to sniff the kitty cats, of course, Johnson, of course. Never-ending story. That's an interesting callback. I hadn't thought about that one, but the 80s vibes, absolutely. I could see that. I'm gonna hold off on the Access Network for a moment. The mists on the water kind of has a cool nostalgic flair to which I appreciate, and the architecture. I think about the what was it? It was like this gateway you had to cross that had like the large spires that would zap you with lightning if you were too slow to run through it or something, or if you had an impure heart or something, or if you were not brave. I can't remember what the rule was, but yeah, there's architectural vibes that I could very much see there. But FX asks how I'm doing. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. You know, we were talking earlier at the beginning of the stream. Oh, need to activate. Oh, we activated all right. We were talking at the beginning of the stream about some personal stuff that went down. Nothing that's horrible. But for those who would like to be in the know and aren't in the Discord server, don't check it as often, or just didn't see the post. We had to put Dexter down on Wednesday, which is part of why I hadn't streamed for a couple days. Just because, you know, something like that is a bummer. You know, he had just turned 15, so he was an old little doggy man, but still is a bummer. Still is a bummer to have to go through that, and you know, it's an adjustment, like with anything else. But we're doing all right. We're doing a lot better now, and we're all gonna be okay. Access to that red card. We're all gonna be okay because, you know, it was needless to say, it was not a surprise that he was getting up there in age. It's never a surprise when an animal that old has to be put down. It was something we were all expecting would happen sooner or later, but it still sucks, you know. And if nothing else, it's, you know, like I'm doing a lot better now. But the first couple days was rough. Not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat it. But doing a lot better now. But it was also like kind of humbling because, you know, when an animal is that old and has been around for that long, you know, you're always, maybe not always, but it's frequently on your mind. You know, you're always keeping an eye on them, trying to watch for signs of, are they slowing down? Is there something I need to talk to a vet about? Is there anything I should be concerned about? Like, it's always kind of, you're always kind of acutely aware of it. It's always in the back of your mind. So it was a thing that I was preparing myself for. But even still, after years of like watching him kind of slowly kind of slow down and having that constant reminder of, you know, his mortality is something I'll eventually have to confront. Despite having literally years of being faced with this, you know, eventually I'm gonna have to confront this. It was still hard. You know, it was still hard when there was that kind of pivotal moment when you could kind of tell, like, all right, this, you know, today's the day. Like, you know, it's time. It's time to go. That was still a hard thing to do. You know, I was very much. What do you need to? Maybe a charge then. No, just execute. Maybe grenade. What do you need? Maybe grenades. I think, yeah, the grenade. Yeah, there we go. The X made me unsure. I was like, what am I doing here? But yeah, it was still tough. It was still tough, as I knew it would be. But yeah, there were multiple times where I thought to myself, like, man, these emotions got hands. Holy shit. But like I said, we're all a lot better now, so we gonna be all right. We all gonna be all right. I don't have. I was gonna use my cool guy power charge thing. The little red X made me think that my shots weren't doing anything, but they very much are. There we go. These little combat sequences are not little. There's a bunch of them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pop those shields if I can help it. Oof, 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 I'm dead. That's okay. The Southern Oracles? Really? Yeah, that's... I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, I was thinking more just kind of the general architecture, but yeah, that's fantastic that was a, you know, a very deliberate decision. Oh, that hurts. Oh, it hurts a lot. Yeah, so I can't use the power kill against these guys. I have to target other things to use the power kill. The cool guy, kind of finisher maneuver. Yeah, nothing that's horrible. I mean, that's the thing though. It really wasn't horrible. It's I think my mom said it best when she had to put an old animal down, an old dog down years ago, where it's like it's sad, but it's not tragic. That's kind of how I view the whole situation with Dexter. It is sad. You know, it's sad to lose a little buddy. A buddy that I've had for a long, long time. But is it tragic? No, it really isn't. You know, we had so much great time with that little fella. So it's like, I'm extremely grateful for the time that I had with him, and I wouldn't do it any differently. So it's like it was the fact that he made it that long is awesome, is remarkable. So it's still a bummer. You know, it doesn't diminish the fact that it's saddening, but it is. I really don't have much to complain about because I had so much quality time with him. I would change nothing at all about that. So I think that's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet deal because, you know, you might have heard me say earlier, like we have oh crap, I landed. I guess I was out of assault rifle ammo. You might have heard me say earlier that not too long ago, Gracie and I, we had some friends of ours that lost their one of their cats very unexpectedly from a kind of a health thing that only got diagnosed like a week before the animal had to be put down. Just really sad, very sudden. Like, and this cat was not old at all. So, you know, I just think about how unfair that was for them. You know, to have to say goodbye to their little buddy. You know, far too young, and just how tragic that is. Like, that one is much more tragic. You know, it's not a competition to see which one is a more sad situation. Obviously, that's not the point. But just different kinds of unfortunate situations. Really. I'm gonna get more sword kills so I can get the ammo back. And you are it. So I love the shotgun. Oh boy. Oh boy, I need to get past you. Actually, what I should have done is I should have done the cool guy kill. Like this. There we go. And another. Up. There we go. Feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better now that we've got some more stuff. Get a power kill on him.
Searching.
Every time I see the X, I'm always like, it makes me nervous that I'm not doing the damage. Oh god. So I like switch it up. I think, okay, if maybe I need to do a grenade to get some armor or something. There we go. Okay. We good now? Oh, not quite. Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, what's up, Shock Value? Some Doom vibes? Yes. Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned Doom vibes with the graphics and the movement. If I check the settings menu, you will recognize the settings menu as absolutely being a, I think it's GZ Doom specifically, so that is not just a coincidence, my friend. Ooh, Splotting, hold on, Splotting Cake, was that a ChatGPT redemption? Forgot what the word was for a second there. Well, Mr. Dexter dog, yeah, no, I get it, Johnson. I miss him too. He's a good little buddy. He was a good boy, good puppers. Yeah, sorry about the, yeah, I appreciate that, FX, and yeah, you're a dog person, you get it. You know how tough that is, and yeah, like you said, seeing a dog get old, and you kind of, like, we all know it's something we have to deal with as our pets get older, whether it be a dog or a cat or a goldfish. Cat put down, meerkat. Yeah, that shit's hard, man. That shit's really hard. wasn't a good place. Yeah, it was time. Yeah, it took a long time. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, it's a subject. It's a tough one, FX. Yeah, and we don't have to linger on it, obviously, but it was something we talked about at the beginning of the stream, and it was like, you know, the way I phrased it is like, you know, if I go back to webcam mode, you know, we would always have this little doggy space set up behind me. So now I at the beginning I was like, all right, let's talk about the elephant not in the room, the elephant missing from the room, I guess, because, you know, there's an obvious kind of empty space back there. So I miss that little buddy. He was a good boy. He was a good boy, but yeah, the thing over and over, I think, is like, it's just like, man, thank goodness I had so much time with him. I had so much time. Like 15 years is really extraordinary. So that's just so cool. That's so cool that I had as long as I did with him. So I ain't got nothing to complain about. Will I get another? Probably eventually, but you know, we'll take time. It'll take time to, basically, once it feels right. But like once it feels right, and once I'm ready, and also like, you know, once Grace is okay with it too, because, you know, we got 2 cats, and it's a little bit, it's not as like simple as it was back when I was, you know, living solo. You know, it's not just me, but there's, and to make sure that it's a doggy that Gracie would be cool with, and the cats will get along with, hopefully, and we'll do, you know, we'll figure something out. We'll find, if inevitably, like, it's only a matter of time before one of us happens to stumble upon some kind of adoption page for a doggy, and somebody will send it to one of us, and then one of us will send it to the other, and then we'll marvel at the doggy. We'll be like, oh, looks like a little sweetie, and then we'll kind of give each other the look that says, like, oh, you know, do we want to, oh god, I'm just gonna get a bird. Hold on. You know, like, you know, do we want to go down this road, you know, because there's also the feeling of like, oh god, once I, you know, look at this animal beyond a passing glance, like, ooh, it gets dangerous. That gets dangerous. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Meerkat. I'm a softie too. I totally get it. So that is that's something I want to make sure if it's something I truly want to consider, that I'm able to consider the repercussions. And the long form, you know, the long-term considerations. Because, you know, dogs are great, and, you know, they're especially fun when they're young and healthy, but yeah, eventually, at some years down the road, we'll be in a similar situation. You know, we'll be in a similar situation where there'll be an older dog that has specialized needs. You know, Dexter was a great little buddy, but there were times where he was trickier to take care of, because, you know, I would have to consider if I need to go to the store or run errands. I couldn't be gone for super long, so I'd have to come outside or come back to make sure I took him outside and make sure I was keeping up with his medication. If we were going on a trip, I had to make sure that he had a family member that he could stay with. So, you know, all these considerations that I really don't have to worry about at all for either of our cats, because they're both pretty young. And, well, one of them's kind of old, but they're both pretty healthy. So, you know, those are just the kind of complications where now that he's gone, I'm sad that he's gone, but there's also a feeling of like, okay, I can at least relax a little bit, because now I don't have to worry quite as much about all those logistical details. So, you know, it's a trade-off, like with many things. It's a trade-off, and once we re-up, you know, if we, you know, probably when, maybe not guaranteed when, but probably when we choose to get another doggy, that means going in on the full cycle again. You know, for better, for worse, it's like an acknowledgement of saying, all right, we're in this thing again, and including all that it may entail. So that's once we feel ready for it, then we'll jump back on it. Jump on it. Kumasabe. I know it's a tough conversation, you know, and I've thought about it a lot. Needless to say, I've thought about it a lot for the past, you know, less than a week, a couple days, and talked about it a lot with various family members. Talked about it with Grace a whole lot, even though she never grew up with dogs. She only grew up with cats. And this has been her first time having a dog. You know, living with a dog, basically in any capacity. So it's been new for her, and. You know, to be quite frank, I don't think that she's not a dog person per se, but I can tell it's something that's not, it's unfamiliar to her. And And of course, she was sad when Dexter passed, but I think she was more sad because I was sad. I think, you know, she could just tell that he of course meant a lot to me. So that's part of why, you know, I want to be sensitive to if we decide to go in on, you know, another round of going with another doggy, make sure that she's okay. You know, truly is okay to go down, to be down for it, because it's a big commitment and it's a lot. And I also know it's tricky because, you know, again, we got two kitty cats who knows what that kind of situation would look like. Of you know, will the cats like the doggy? Will the dog like the cats, for that matter? You want to make sure everyone gets along as best as you can. So that's the basic gist. That's the basic gist. Get caught up on chat here. I know I keep falling behind. Soft spot extends to rodents. I mean, my favorite animal is actually rabbits. Rabbits are my favorite, and they are by some definition a rodent. So I totally get it. Dual SMGs? That's a good question, Splattercake. I don't know. We haven't found any dual handheld guns yet. But possible. Extremely possible. 12 years. Oh, yeah. He was a good boy. Gosh. Yeah, Labradors are wonderful. Just wonderful one. Foster puppies. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's huge. Adopting a foster, all the more reason why going to shelters is the way to do it. I mean, I know that some people gotta have their preferred breed, and I get that. Not here to judge that, obviously. Going through a breeder, whatever, you know. But yeah, Beyond Sunset Dev could not have said it better myself. The fact that that's like such a big thing with certain states in particular is huge. So yeah, recognizing that fostering or going to a shelter is such a can make such a difference is really something special. Who's the older cat? So Shayna's the older cat. She's probably about 14 or 15, and Ferret's about 8, maybe 8 or 9. Junkyard Doggy from Texas. There you go. That's what's up. I love it. Yeah, Shayna's the older girl for sure. Older kitty cat. Urban Rescue Ranch. Lost. Wait, the biggest ounce? I'll confess, I don't actually know what you're referring to. Urban Rescue Ranch. Biggest ounce? Yeah, I'll confess, I'm not sure I know what that is. Our cats pass. Shana was the older one? Yes, yeah, based just on like kitty cat vibes, yeah. She definitely has like old girl vibes, old kitty cat vibes, like sassy old vibes. By the way, I do see, I kind of went off in the weeds there. In fact, I'm gonna hit a save real quick. We're playing Beyond Sunset. Like I said, we're fortunate we have the developer in the chat who's chilling with us. And this game's pretty cool. It's like we were saying earlier, it's the developer had specified that there is some very specific references to things like Kill Bill and Blade Runner, a number of other movies and video games, kind of from the kind of the 80s kind of sci-fi vibes that we love to see when it comes to games like this. I want to get that flying lad out of here. There we go. That little sword maneuver is really cool because it's a great way to get some extra ammo and health back. Except I thought I had more charged up. Have to use the charge up pistol to take out those shields. Oops. Oh god. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. There we go, I want to take out that shield. Use that sword. I've really been using the assault rifle too often. The shotgun's just so fun. And it's got a grenade launcher. What's not to like? It probably a little bit better when I land the shots. Shit's great. Look at that shit. Fucking explodes his ass. I fucking love it. It's great. Also, I forgot I have the dash move. These guys are healthy. Yeah, Kage, it's good to see you, bud. I appreciate the lurks, by the way, man. You know, no pressure whatsoever. If you got shit you got to do and you're busy and you're multitasking and you got to lurks, you got to do the lurks. That's perfectly acceptable. So, I'm happy to have people here in any capacity. If they're lurking or if they're shouting from the mountaintops, it's all good. It's all good in any capacity. And he's out of there. Sounds like the weakest link. Yeah, like the backend music to the stuff you would kind of hear throughout the episode, as they would like ask the questions, and they'd be deliberating on the answers, and it'd be all dramatic and like stern and somber. Oh, by the way, we were talking earlier about my doggy, about Dexter dog, who had to be put down a couple days ago, and how sad that is. And we were talking about how there's an empty space behind me. The good news is we're not truly alone, because Shayna Girl has blessed us even though Dexter has passed away. She still drinks from his water bowl. Girl, trying to get her attention. She was like a few months ago, she started doing this where she would come down and drink Dexter's water. And I have continued to be filling his water. Not because I'm like trying to hold on to that part of him, but because Shane likes to drink from his water bowl. So I was like, all right, we'll keep up with the water bowl. It's what he would have wanted. Shayna, you're very weird. She doesn't just have water upstairs. She has a filtered water dispenser. Both her and Ferret our two cats have a filtered little cat water dispenser that it's filtered water, right? It's so much cleaner, so much more, and it's chilled. It's so pleasant, right? But for some reason, she wants the standing dog water. Just left in a water bowl, so ungraceful, so unsophisticated, but does not seem to matter to her. She's down for it. So for whatever reason, she loves it. And if nothing else, you know what? I see it as a good thing, because it means I get extra Shayna visits when I'm, I don't have an animal down here anymore like I was used to. So we'll take it. Let's switch back to the games. Can cause problems with cats, yeah. Do I have a dishwasher? I have a, I'm actually kind of surprised it's getting picked up. I have a clothes washer, washing machine, just going ham. A bunch of old ones, oh god, so there's a bunch of good ones in there, for sure. Stepdad, that's right. I do, Ogasa, yes, I dutifully keep that water going. Oh yeah, you want a Gatorade? Yeah, you saw, here, I can toss you a Gatorade. Hold out your hand close to your monitor. I'll pass it through the webcam. He's doing the wash. Actually, I'm doing the drying is what I'm doing. Yeah, I had washing some stuff. And actually it was like, I checked it after I went to the restroom. It's like 87% dry. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it in for 15 more seconds to just dry a little bit more, and then we be Gucci. Yeah, first time I've heard it this loud. I'm impressed it's getting picked up by the microphone. I have a noise gate on there, so it usually doesn't pick things up like that, but it is quite noisy. You maybe even can hear me kind of talking over it. And the reason it's so noisy is because there's like 1 or 2 jackets in there that have like a little like not zip ties. What's the word I'm looking for? Like drawstrings with little I don't know, not sure what to call them, but just the little plastic pieces that kind of fasten the drawstrings shut. I kind of pull them closed, that kind of thing. Little toggles. There you go. So they're slapping around and banging in there, that kind of shit. They're called egglets. There you go. There you go. Some anal beads, the usual. Actually, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to wash anal beads in a dishwasher or a washing machine or dry them in a dryer, because, depending on what kind of substances it is, they could get warped, or they, I'd imagine you probably need to use like a specialized cleaning agent to clean those kinds of things properly. Not like I know from proper experience, of course. I heard that from a friend. Yeah, shifty eyes. Changing subject anyway. Yeah, we gotta air dry them. There you go. Yeah, we use the clothesline for those puppies. You gotta aerate those bad boys. And it has the added benefit of showing off the goods to your neighbors, make them jealous. So everybody wins in that case. Also, shouts to Mallory. I don't know if you did this intentionally, but when you said, I'm putting something to the wash, I appreciate how you added the R going through the wash, because that's maybe a thing you've gotten to experience as a Midwesterner, is someone says they're gonna go wash their hands, and then maybe you lose a couple of brain cells when someone says like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the washroom, I'm gonna go wash up a bit, and you're like, man, where'd that R come from? And I mean that's I feel like it's a southern thing. I think it's a southern thing, but yeah, to me it's like, it's kind of nails on chalkboard. It kind of fucks me up a little bit. Like, where'd that R come from, man? I do not get it. Phineas and Ferb. I did not watch Phineas and Ferb. You're correct. You sound like my wife. I sometimes get Meerkat confused with my wife too, Aaron. I understand. It was extremely purposeful. She would say wars. Oh, God. Yeah, it's... I can't pretend to understand it. My favorite is... Well, there's two of them. We get the R with warsh, but not a lot of other words. It's not like we say, yo, do you have... It's not like you check your wallet, you go, oh, shit. Does anybody have any cash? I'm low on bills. I'm low on dollar bills. No, we say cash. I guess wash and cash have a different A sound. Is there another, like, osh sound, that is spelled with A-S-H? I guess I can't think of any off the top of my head, but still, it's absurd. But the other one is, we say... Some of us, at least, will say, and we won't say, oh, we won't say like the word for instance, or the number 40, or even 40. You know, if I say like, yeah, I'm gonna be here for a couple of hours. I'm gonna be here for a couple of days. Some of us will say, oh, we're gonna be here for a couple of days. Oh yeah, how long you here for? It's like an F-A-R kind of sound. And we have an interstate, Highway 40, Highway 64. So it's sometimes people here will call it 64-farty. There's a video on YouTube called Shit St. Louisans Say, and probably the line that fucks me up the most is when the person says, across from 64-farty is Forest Park. And it's like, yeah, it is that inconsistent. It's great. So anyway, yeah. I do not understand it. It's fucking absurd, and it's what we have. It's what we have here in St. Louis. We say things fucked up. That's our culture. In engineering, we hold ourselves to a higher standard, is what this person says. Salvation code. Take some initiative. Only one who does any fucking work around here, he says Administrator Balthazar. Go find the other dudes. I figured they were gonna have us kill this guy. Popcorn. Jesus. Again, I know other cities and other areas, other parts of the continental United States have other goofy stuff. Goofy stuff like that, like just certain words being said a certain way. There was a video of, I think it was people from Atlanta trying to say the word tire iron, and they were somebody's like, say this word, or I guess it's two words, like say this phrase. It was written down on a piece of paper, and they were trying to say it out loud, and they were hearing themselves say it, and they would go like, wait, hold up, let me try again, and they would try to say it, and they were like, why can't I say this? They were like, because it came up as like tur-earn. It, like, as they were saying it, they were like, I'm sorry, I can't say this word, I can't do it, I'm sorry. So, oh wait, Kage, do you know what? Yeah, maybe you know the one. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Aaron earned an iron urn. Or no, I thought it was tire iron. Maybe it is a different video, but yeah. Yeah, earn. Yeah. Like, and in the video, they're hearing themselves say it, and they know it's fucked up. They're like, I can't help it. My brain is forever broken. Purple burglar alarm. Oh, that was another one. Yeah, that was in... Was that like a British thing, maybe? Yeah, I can't remember what the dialect or what the accent was, but there was a certain accent or dialect that was like, they tried it like 4 times. They're like, I can't say it. Those words are illegal in my mouth. Can't fucking do it. By the way, of course, this guy thinks he's the most important. He is so plugged in. Look, he's got one just going right into the heart, into the chest cavity too. New components for the metacomputer. Scottish, that's it. Purple burglar alarm. I mean, it's a weird sentence. Purple burglar alarm is something that you say too many times too quickly, your mouth is gonna kind of fall into shambles. It's like the right combination of what's the word? I guess phonemes and syllables that your brain has to, your mouth kind of has to like jump through some hoops to reach to. I feel the same way, and it's a shame because I really like the guy. Whenever Physics Cat raids us, I always feel like I have to try extra hard to say the name correctly, because Physics has a lot of kind of vowel combination sounds in a quick succession, and then following it up with yet another vowel sound with cat. I guess there's two vowels, or 2 consonants rather. Sorry, I meant consonants. It always takes me a second, and I always feel like a big dummy when I try to say it too quickly, and I just kind of blur the letters together. Because yeah, Physics Cat, I always have to like really enunciate, because that's a tricky one. So that's just how it goes. Like some screen names and some things are easier to type than they are to say out loud, at least in the heat of the moment. Special relationship with the CEO, by the way. Oh my. A liability, they say. And say we have to go. All right, well, we've gotten some intel about how this place works, how it functions. We, of course, did get another gold card, or gold key, rather, which means we get another icebreaker. Hell yes. We're going to use that when we teleport back into the VR world, the Vaporwave vapor space. And here it is. And I think we have... Actually, is this the last? I think there might be 2 more. There might be 2 more areas with ice we have to break. So I think we've already resolved this area fully. Do this one next. Pretty sure this is the second to last one. I think there's one more after this. I think I know the answer to this question. Yeah, I can't jump up here. And of course, we learned don't jump into the actual beam of pain because it will hurt. And it'll hurt and it'll squirt and it might even gurt a little bit. Oh, what did I just say? Not 5 seconds afterwards. Or maybe exactly 5 seconds if I'm being generous, but I couldn't help myself. I'm like drawn to it like a moth to the flame. I see big yellow piss laser and it's, man, true, art, what is it, life imitates art. You know, I see a big stream of piss pain and I think to myself, man, I can't wait to just get that all inside my fucking face. Yeah, I can't help myself. Give me a big old beam of piss, I'm gonna fucking jump right into it. Full send. No hesitation. I'd be very careful about jumping because there's not a lot of room to maneuver. Here I was trying to not take more hits, if I can help it. Good old piss beam, that's right. Move closer. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a time warp scan. I was like, yeah, sorry. I was reading that out of context. I saw the words without the redemption piece of it included. Full health again, by the way. Good old piss beam. Day afters, yes. Mashed taters and turkey and gravy, yes. That's part of the joy of Thanksgiving, is finding creative ways to repackage and re-enjoy Thanksgiving leftovers without just having, you know, turkey by itself and potatoes by itself and stuffing, and, you know, find ways to kind of combine it in cool combinations. I think I saw something posted on some kind of social media site not too long ago about some kind of like Thanksgiving turkey combination burrito thing you can do. Obviously some kind of tortilla shell, but use like the turkey meat and the stuffing and the potatoes and a few other things to kind of make like a improvised burrito thing that sounded a little odd, but I mean, talk about a creative way of repackaging, repurposing massive turkey leftovers. So I kind of get it, honestly. Open-faced turkey gravy sandwiches, there you go. Some taters in there. Honestly, always a good idea. Always a solid choice. Got pixels on my hand. Well, that is my hand. Actually, I guess it's immersion breaking if I show my hand. So no, we'll just assume that I'm reaching my hand into the screen and I'm controlling it, and I'm actually shooting little particulates. That I'm shooting actual little particles, little magic pixie particles with my magic hands. It's that one song by Heart. He's a magic man, mama. He's got magic hands. That's me. That's me, all right. We have another very involved multi-room sequence involving yellow pistol lasers, also like hieroglyphics on the walls. It's kind of cool, actually. Deep into me and shoot particulate deep. Particulate deep. For some reason, the way that you phrase that, Meerkat, reminded me of a really weird post that I think it was somebody on Twitter. It was like a lady streamer on Twitter. She was saying how she was excited. This is a couple years ago. She was excited for the new Animal Crossing game. And you know how it is with being on the internet. If you are on the internet, and if you know any of your if you know of any lady friends of yours that are that exist on the internet, chances are they're gonna have some kind of like weird creep, you know, weird like fucked up interaction with some person who just doesn't understand basic, you know, basic internet etiquette. You know, how to interact with somebody over the internet. Not even like social skills in general, but just internet etiquette. Things that are kind of like, you don't just say that to someone. You know, that kind of vibe. There was one where there was a lady who... Oh, stream pooped out? Uh-oh. We back? Pooped out for a second? Yeah, we back now? Yeah, we should be okay now. Having some hiccups. You know what? Actually, I see on my end. Yeah, I see the bit rate dipped a little bit there. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a hiccup. But we're back now. We back. We Gucci. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that, because yeah, it looks like it's hanging in there now. Now, we did drop a few frames. A very small number, but there's a few frames. They fell on the floor. You know, I can see them. I'll pick them up later. I won't let them make a mess or anything. But anyway, yeah, so there was this woman who's like a fairly popular streamer. She was saying she was excited about the new Animal Crossing game coming out. Again, this is a couple years ago. Would have been like February 2019. And some fucking dude who was like clearly not a young person necessarily, posted a comment, something to the effect of, I'm trying to remember the exact, like, I'm trying to capture the highlights of what he said. It was something to the effect of, when will you young women, you know, young people, but he was obviously speaking more towards women, understand that, you know, life isn't all about video games. Have you ever considered... I'm trying to face away from the fucking bitrate murder room, by the way. Have you ever considered instead focusing on playing IRL baby crossing? You know, which is to say, you know, oh, have you considered having a baby instead? And then he goes on to say, what you need to do is find yourself a man to... What was the phrasing he said? I don't know. Something along the lines of find yourself a man to penetrate, and then in parentheses, deep. That's the part that sticks out to me. In parentheses, deep. And you get to play IRL baby crossing whenever you want in real life. And as you can imagine, the subsequent comments were a deluge of, bro, what the fuck? You don't just say that to somebody. And then, like, of course, he goes in the defensive and he, you know, tries to play it off as like, oh, I was just joking. But then also kind of doubles down and is like, well, actually, no, I wasn't joking. You know, you need to think about your life's priorities, blah, blah, blah. So whenever I see, like, somebody say something, like, and then deep at the end of it, I think about that one fucking guy who, decided that that was his time. That was his time to I guess go off. You know, to go off queen, as we say. Shit was weird. Was weird and, unpleasant for everybody involved, honestly. Deep. In parentheses, deep. We have a lot of particular panels to try here. It's sometimes not super clear necessarily which ways the light can protrude. You know, the directions from which the light can protrude. Because, like, in this case, the light doesn't go out from here. Instead, it just passes through. But for this one... Can I move it more? Okay, that one goes through, but we have to break this switch. Break these blocks first. Also, Philip, what's up, bud? Yeah, it was buffering a little bit. Yeah, I think we've recovered. It looks like it hasn't gone weird at all since. But yeah, we had a few little hiccups, but I think we're okay now. Eat hot chip and lie. Honestly, same level of like brain activity as that ridiculous shitpost that I'm still not convinced was not a self-aware shitpost. The eat hot chip and lie copy pasta, like I'm not fully convinced that that wasn't a self-aware just weird and unaffecting shitpost. We have to go back a few layers here because that's just a save room. Yeah. Maybe we gotta go down this way instead. Can I change this one? That one only passes through, it seems. I guess that's the key. You have to look for one that has a yellow piece on two contiguous pieces. Animal Crossing is good. I mean, Animal Crossing is great, yeah. I mean, I enjoy Animal Crossing as much as the next person. Yeah, that whole situation was just unpleasant for a number of reasons. I mean, and of course it was very out of pocket and extremely inappropriate. It also was an odd choice. It was kind of like an odd, time, I guess, like an odd... I mean, the dude was trying... He specifically had said, like, oh, you would have so much more fulfillment in your life if you played Baby Crossing in real life. And I'm over here like, I don't think this guy knows what Animal Crossing is. There is nothing about raising a family or any kind of like... No, Animal Crossing is about just vibing. Just like not having a ton of life responsibilities, so you gotta pay your debts off, but that's really the worst of it. It's, if anything, if there was ever a game to extol the virtues of not having a family and not going in on that, and this is not to say that having a family or going in on that level of you know, raising a family as an ambition. This is not to say this is a bad thing or anything, but if there was ever a game series to kind of not have that be a focus, I don't know. Animal Crossing is it was an odd choice for this guy to kind of harp on, obviously. When that one now opens up something else. It's good to see you, Phil. Yeah, Phil's a fellow St. Louis buddy. Always a pleasure gonna hang out with you, bud. Yeah, get Tom Nook in there. Yeah, he's I mean, he is at times an antagonistic, but he's also at times I don't know. I feel like with the newest Animal Crossing game, I had fewer antagonistic feelings against Tom Nook. Like I had more positive vibes with the fella. And I guess the overall game is more about being on vacation than it is about, you know, being ensnared into a real estate mortgage situation. Hey, what's up, Doombent, by the way? Asks about streaming. Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah, because yeah, we are multi-streaming to both. Because you're right. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like I'm streaming. I might as well multi-stream. Might as well go to multiple platforms. It's a little bit trickier to keep up with multiple chats, but I don't usually get a ton, not like a crazy big ton of extra commentary or extra comments, that is, across multiple platforms. Usually it's mostly just on Twitch, but sometimes we get a little bit of YouTube activity, which is always nice. Switches next. There's obviously a certain number of switches we need to open. We need to activate total. Gotta get some fresh toast. Do you mean fresh bread for making toast, that is? Oh, there's the guy. There's the fella. And they get the special green bullets. And they get the special red bullets. Oh boy. Like I'm trying to French fry when I'm trying to pizza. Or French fry when I should have pizza, rather. Tom Nook the landlord. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like in... What is it? New Horizon? I feel like he's... I don't know if I'm necessarily like... I have positive feels towards the character, but I don't have as ominous negative feels against him as you do with the first couple of Animal Crossing games. As I mean, you're still paying back his debt, but I don't know, maybe because there's more of a focus on him with the family, and him with his either their kids or his nephews. I can't remember, but there's the little fellas that are kind of with him. I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit more family oriented, you know? Deep crossing. Oh my god! And the fucking Ankh emote. Aaron, you trying to kill me over here? God damn it. That's good. That's a good combination. Predatory house. There you go. Hey, yeah, we got weed powder on Twitch there. We're unifying. There we go. We're unifying everybody. The unification of Twitch chat. Twitch chat unification. So you'll note, by the way, that the yellow piss laser has moved on. I wonder if that's because... Oh, maybe I shot it by accident. That is very well possible. I might have shot it by accident because I think I still had to activate something else. Although I guess it stays activated. So yeah, we can shift away instead. I think that probably removed. Let's go ahead and switch this over. Let's switch this down this way and kind of follow this thread. I bet the platforms or like the buildings or little blocks, that is, that got in the way earlier. I bet some of those have moved now. There we go. Because yeah, this was raised up early and it was blocking this little fella. Now this is open. And this, hold on. Before I press that. Anything else? Go and press it, baby. Access granted for the programming lands. Hell yes. Hell yes. And now, I think I can just, well, I guess I'll save. We just got to get out of vapor space. So I'll switch back to this one. Actually, hold on. This is the next one, actually. There we go. Purple one will whisk me back to meat space, which is still in video game form, obviously. It's more, this is more violent space than, I guess, meat space. This is where you can use guns to, you know, kill things. Like him, except I think I have to not kill him. I'm pretty sure he's a main NPC. Alright, so we need to get back to, what did it say, programming, I think, is next. I think if we just go back to the previous area, the previous kind of like part of the main hub area. In fact, I think that might be it this way. I think that'll take us where we need to go. Is it still the same general terminal? I think it is. And announcements are probably the same. Yep. Cool. We Gucci. Yeah, weed powder says they're on YouTube more often. Yeah, I totally understand. That's part of why the multi-streaming thing is nice, because, you know, even for the regulars that maybe check YouTube more often, I can grab them for a little bit and maybe, you know, convince them to bring him to our neck of the woods. Meerkat says the Twitch chat is the best. I mean, I think Twitch chat's pretty cool. I'm a little bit biased here. I usually, you know, will advise people if they're watching on other platforms. I usually generally recommend Twitch chat just because you get the channel point redemptions as an option. You can participate in giveaways whenever we do those. Like with Twitch chat, it's more of the full experience, the full Super Hobbit experience. But if you're watching on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, I mean, it's also perfectly fine because you know, you can still watch and chat along with us, and at least I will see the chat messages. But of course, it's trickier for other chatters to be able to see the messages unless they pay really close attention to the on-screen chat. It's very easy to, you know, to miss the context of some of these things. The music in that Anka video is... what video, Aaron? I don't know what you're talking about. Shifty Eyes. Shifty Eyes, of course I know what he's talking about. Yes, and the music is extremely catchy. It really is. I don't think I've heard of any of those things, and it sounds like I need to get... It sounds like I have much education ahead of me. I almost just jumped into the blue piss. Blue piss of pain. And of course we have more sphinxes judging us from above. Judging us for our sins, hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, if I'm going through all this effort to sin, I hope some naked sphinxes with their boobs out will judge me harshly for it. Mallory says, I got the goods for you, homie. Bicycle honks. Jesus. That does sound funny, but it also sounds like it would get obnoxious very quickly. So, yes, none of that surprises me. Oh, Gaussa says that's going in the Discord. That's for later. Let's hope we'd be friends. He wanted not to be friends. He instead wanted violence. That first guy was a robot. That second guy was a blood and guts human person. Should probably use the charge shot a bit more often because they drop more of little skulls. And I think maybe also more money, perhaps? Perchance? Perhaps? They drop more of the skulls, which is good for getting that kill move, that kill sword move charged up. You think this is what supercomputers are going to look like in the future? I'm supposed to be up here. Secret. Booty. And we get to enjoy some booty, which is its own reward, really. No, I sure like to think this is what supercomputers will look like in the future. Just entire, not even rooms, but entire buildings. With glowing lights and little twinklies and cool pyramids kind of structures and weirdly like Egyptian pyramid kind of aesthetics all over the place. Even hieroglyphics inside the computer vapor spaces like we saw earlier. The goose honks, maybe? Oh, there's Shake! Shake the box, you handsome devil. You freaking delightful human being. What's up, my man? Let's add points for that man's raid. This mad lad himself. Shake, what you been up to tonight, bud? You know, I always love to talk about our fellow variety homies, our fellow streamer buddies that play a wide variety of games, and Shake is one such homie. Doing some API error, my favorite. Shake, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you've been having issues if on your end as well, if you use Streamlabs chatbot, but for whatever reason, Streamlabs is just like game title. Never heard of her. Game title, but I hardly knew her. I don't know. It seems like chatbot, Streamlabs chatbot's having a real hard time making sense of the names of things. So if you were playing an actual video game, and I have no doubt that you were, it was probably not called API error. Magicraft makes so much more sense. Yeah, I know Alias was playing that on his stream a couple days ago when I was watching him. Thank you as always, Shake. Do you have any clip you want to share? Because you know how it works, man. Whenever someone hangs out and raids us, I always love getting to see whatever clips they were of games they were playing. Whether it was from tonight or for a couple nights ago. Alright, that's obviously where we ultimately need to go, but it looks like those doors are locked. Actually, there's a few areas I can go. Alright, hold on. This area is so striking. Again, I can't help but think about Blade Runner when I see areas like this. Just a very cool aesthetic overall. Let's go down here first. Yeah, API error, what are the odds? We've had a number of people hang out with us tonight that they were playing the same game. We need a gold card. Okay. Of course we do. Of course we do. The Sphinx are kind of thick. Now, I'm not going to say that I chose to play this game exclusively because of the naked Sphinxes that judge us for our internet browser history. I'm not saying that out loud, but I'm not saying it. So we'll just say that much. Now, what's up, Brill Dan? We got some really cool homies coming in from Shake's stream. Now, what I was saying earlier, what I was about to say, is Shake is a cool dude who plays a wide variety of games, and a lot of indie games, a lot of roguelikes, that kind of thing. I know Magic Craft has kind of been making the rounds lately. I keep up with a number of Noita streamers and Binding of Isaac streamers, that kind of thing. And I know Magic Craft has been kind of making the rounds amongst a lot of people who enjoy those kinds of games. So yeah, that game looks really freaking cool. And like I said, Shake, if anybody from your community or if you yourself know of any cool clips you want to share, you can slap that shit in the chat. We'll all watch it together. We'll watch it together. We'll laugh. We'll cry. We'll maybe feel, other nondescript emotions that require a lot of deep introspection. Regardless of how we feel, we'll get to experience that together, and that's beautiful, really. Also, we unlocked some kind of ice spell, some kind of ice upgrade. I'm not exactly sure what these things entail. Augment attack. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm guessing... Okay, so it's pretty short range. And I see in the bottom left, there's a little meter, but it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's going down at all. Maybe it only goes down when it connects to the bad guy, maybe? So, this we'll find out shortly. We gotta go through another gambit. Or not gambit, another gauntlet, rather. And we were talking about parts of this game that remind us of certain things. How the Sphinxes remind us of Never-Ending Story. Of all things, you know what this site right here reminds me of? Motherfucking Mario 64, of all things. When it's the level with the invisibility cap. And you're kind of going down a slope. And it's, in all fairness, you're actually underneath the water area, so you don't actually see the water. But there's an implied kind of feeling of water previously being around. So it's not quite a one-to-one correlation, but it's close enough. Yeah. Weed Powder knew what I was getting at. There we go. It's an indie game, as you can imagine. It's an early access indie game. It just hit early access availability, I want to say 2 or so weeks ago, so it's pretty fresh. And it's got a lot of cool, again, you kind of heard us talking about Never-Ending Story, a lot of 80s, very specific 80s influences from an aesthetics and storytelling perspective. And the gunplay, of course, has some kind of System Shock vibes to it. And it's got a katana, which is always great. In fact, the developer even said that Kill Bill was a very specific reference as well. Certainly for the first level. This level is a more pronounced kind of sci-fi thing, whereas the first one, it was sci-fi as well, but it was a little bit more... It was a little bit more Blade Runner. This is... I mean, I guess Blade Runner is more in the... Oh god, so many shields. Blade Runner is more in the overall aesthetic of the architecture. This, not so much with like the enemies we're fighting necessarily. Yeah, please. We can do another more of these sword attacks. So sword attacks are great. Oh, I should do this. I can freeze them. Oh, it looks like my ice meter has indeed cooled down. So I'm trying to wait for my ice meter to refill. There we go. I'm trying to use my ice to freeze his spicy heart. Oh shit. Oh boy. Chainsaw Man, please. Okay, we gotta switch back to this guy. Every once in a while you'll see me use this little sword ability. Not just because swords are cool, but the other reason is because when you use that sword ability to kill a bad guy, you will get some extra armor and health back. Or ammo and health back. It even says at the top, ammo plus health. It's pretty cool. A grenade launcher, and we'll use it frequently. And with that guy, just explode him a little bit. Those big armor boys, you can use regular bullets, but it's kind of hard to pierce through their armor, so it's nice to soften them up with a grenade or two, just for good measure. Yeah, whenever I find myself getting low on health, even if I'm not aware of it, I'll just use that ability every once in a while just to make sure I'm keep myself nice and topped off. What's up, Mudacito? Hopefully I didn't butcher your screen name. And yes, yeah, Shake is a wizard. He does have a good wizard beard, I'll say that much. Yeah. Noita with Binding of Isaac and some Hades mixed in. I know the Noita crowd's been enjoying that game a bit, quite a lot. And yeah, I would say Noita, Binding of Isaac. There's another game that had like a similar kind of top-down approach that was more about like wand and like spellcrafting. The name of it escapes me, but I think maybe there was a demo of it. I know there was a game recently because I know Alias was playing it on his stream, but I've seen a couple games like it kind of make the rounds recently. How much money do I have? 870, so I need a little bit more to be able to afford another ice or poison upgrade. The tricky thing is that the ice move, it has such limited range, but we have to upgrade the range. Yeah, for it to be worth a darn. Because getting that close to use an ability like that's a little bit of a tall ask. So let's go ahead and activate this one. Oh, it's a gold disc. We'll use that to do more cool stuff in cyberspace. There's just this cool little vaporwave area we go through. You know what? Let's just use the sword for a bit. Can kind of deflect some bullets back sometimes. Yeah, we should just do that every once in a while. I can't just spam that ability because it has a limited charge to it. Also, I have to use the charge shot to break those shields. Also, whenever there's just a bunch of them, just, oh shit. Fire the old grenade, and that'll take care of business. There we go. Get that thing out of there. I'm at 69 health. That would normally be nice, but in this case, I'm a little sad about it. So we'll do that a couple times. Oh, looks like my meter is currently empty right now. We have an air dash ability to quickly get us back to safety. An assault rifle as well. The assault rifle is just kind of okay. I'm more of a shotgun guy at the when push comes to shove. And forced to make me choose. Problem is those guys just kind of block. They just kind of block those cool sword guy moves. So I have to be a little bit tricky about when I choose to use it. Oh, whoa, easy, easy. Keep it in your pants. In your pants, big boy. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, whenever something that is susceptible to the big shots comes up, that big cool kill shot maneuver comes up, I try to go for it. Because these guys, if I get close, I'm not going to get close to him because he's going to light my ass on fire. But if I were to get close, I don't even get the prompt that says press the button to use the cool guy kill maneuver because they're immune to it. But the little guys, it'll actually say on screen, like with that little robot down below. Let's actually use... Yeah, if I get close to him, it actually says press the button to do the power kill maneuver. That gets you all the ammo and health your heart could possibly desire. By the way, Shake, if you're still listening in, by the way, I'd love to hear if you had other stuff planned for this week. Of course, I know for a lot of us, it's Sunday night. Man, we got work in the morning. That's how I'm feeling. I'm not looking super forward to it, but them's the breaks. But if you got plans for this week to help, you know, distract from the drudgery of getting back into normal life after having hopefully a couple days off, spending time with the family, that kind of thing, I'd love to hear if you have other plans. Access denied. I'm still a little bit off from being able to afford another magic upgrade. And we're back to this area. I never did think about climbing up here, but I'm a little bit short. Truth or art. What's the phrase? Art imitates life because I'm short in real life. So being a little bit short is something that's all too familiar. Oh, but this is a new area. Never mind. I thought we'd already been here. It means more shooting stuffs. And of course, this is one of those games where you can reflect the shots back at them, but of course melee just hurts. There we go. Do I want to get close to him? Nah, I think he just deflects them anyway. And these guys, you have to break their shields, and only the charge shot will break the shields. Get a fun glitch where if we do this, you use that power kill, or that power move, it just causes a bunch of shields to flop out for some reason. So what's supposed to happen is that the game is supposed to say like, oh, you can't use the charge shot to break the shields. It just won't work. But what instead happens is some ridiculous effect happens where there's a bajillion shields that spawn out and it looks hilarious. Not sure why it does that, but it's a fun glitch. Oh my god. Somebody's blasting me with all kinds of nonsense. Oh boy. Calm down, chainsaw for hands. Oh my god. Another chainsaw hands man is trying to get at my ass. Down. Once again, the assault rifle is just not a super sexy weapon. It doesn't really have much of an oomph to it. No knockback either. It's just kind of, and it works. It's just not very sexy. It's hard to get excited about. Time to hop off. Yeah, of course, Phil. I do appreciate you stopping in, man. Always a pleasure to get to hear from you. Hope your streams are going well for that matter, Phil. I know you're probably about to hop off, but you've probably heard that I always love to hear just from streamer buddies as far as things that they have on the horizon. So if you had anything you wanted to talk about, any games you were getting ready to stream on your end, you know, on your stream in the near future, I'd love to hear them. But I know it is getting kind of late. In fact, I see it is nearly 1 a.m. Central Time, so I should probably be wrapping it up on the not too far from now as well. TBH, TBQH. Did I tell the dev about that goofy shield thing? I honestly don't remember if it ever came up previously. I know I first discovered it when we played the game last week. I guess it was late last week on Sunday. Or maybe it was Monday. I can't remember exactly when it was. And it would have been in a session when the streamer was with us, like earlier, but I think they might have already left by the time we saw it happen on stream. So I might go back and clip it and send it to him and be like, yo, this thing is, it's a very fun bug, but it is, I'm pretty sure, a visual bug. Melchior, he says. Secret is safe with me. Salvation code. Can we help each other? The admins are out to get each other. More power for engineering, please. Says I can't do it. Talk to Casper. The virtual reality network, right. Groundbreaking and a place where dreams can be realized. Boundaries dissolved, he says. Hasn't been herself lately. I almost wonder if this is going to be a, of all things, I'm thinking of South Asyl. Thinking of South Asyl from Morrowind. You see the state that person is in by the time you get to the Tribunal expansion. How they're more machine than man. Or at least that's how they're described. I guess by the time you see them, other things have happened. Other spoilers have happened. But yes, you hear about South Asyl being more machine than man and being uber plugged in, and that's kind of what we're seeing here with all these fellas, all these admin folks. This approach is a little ruthless, even condescending. I'm shocked. Alright, so this person was big helpful. They said, yeah, I can't help you. Go talk to the other guy. Do the old pass the buck. Everyone's favorite. So we got another icebreaker. Let's delve into the network. Into Xanadu. It's a cool little transition sequence. Another icebreaker to use. I think we determined there's one, maybe two icebreaker sequences left. This kind of multi-phase area. I think we've got this one solved. I think this one's done. So I think we got this one solved as well. I think that one's also done. So I guess we can do these in any order, really. Okay, so yeah, I think we have the ones in this room and then one more in a second room. That one breaks and that one falls away as well. There's lots of little bad guys. There's probably more where that came from. Oh yeah. I'm trying to check my 6 because I could see them spawning behind me as well. Yes, that's kind of the nice thing about this level's non-linear approach to the VR areas, the kind of vaporwave virtual reality areas, in that you can solve them in any order, but they all have to be solved at some point in order to proceed. Each time you solve one of these puzzles, seems like it opens up a new area, a new major area in the meat space, in like the regular part of the world. See if there is anything up here. Seems like a sneaky place where they would hide something, but no dice. So I gotta break this thing in order for us to access whatever's here, and I actually can't turn this platform. Oh wait, maybe I can. I can. Okay, never mind. Again, maybe this is a one-way street. Oh. Oh, hello. And this is a save room? It is. Tricky thing about some save areas, you use it and then it disappears. So some of these save rooms are one-time uses. So you have to be a little bit choosy about when to use them, but generally speaking, they're usually paced pretty well, I think. I don't have to scrounge for them too bad. Alright, so that's okay, I went backwards. Didn't mean to. So this one goes here. So for now, oh, I was actually hoping. Oh, okay. So this is a one-way thing. We can't make this take another direction from here, at least. It's about this one. There we go. This says. Wait, this will do it. There we go. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some kind of sequence like this where there's kind of a 90-degree angle given to us with the little laser panels. Already full health, so we're good there. No other secrets to speak of, I don't think. The thing, other than more health, it's kind of hard to find other secrets that are worth writing home about up here. We're crossing the streams, oh baby. Unless I wanted it to go this way, I guess it can't go this way. That is a save. I'm going to hold off on using that for just a second. There we go. That opens this one up. Open this switch, or activate the switch. That'll open up. Well, of course, it'll spawn bad guys, but it'll more importantly lower one of these wall areas that was blocking a previous switch. So we kind of go through the sequence of opening up areas that were previously blocked. That lets us solve more puzzles. That lets us access other areas to solve more puzzles from rooms that were previously blocked from those previous solutions. So it's kind of multiple layers of breaking of resolving puzzles to open up new areas to resolve more puzzles. So I think, yeah, that's as far as that one can go. I actually don't know what wall was opened up. Kind of retrace our steps a little bit. This one's already where it needs to be. Hear things moving around. I thought I did. That one's still blocking this area. I was gonna say, I know I hear something. This is the start then. Have a good night, Mallory. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the well wishing, because you know, I know we were talking about some bummer stuff earlier, and I know it's you know, it's a lot to talk about sometimes, but I appreciate people being willing to hang with us and appreciate the positive vibes. I'm looking forward to catching more Mallory streams in the near future, by the way, for that matter. I do appreciate folks hanging out. You know, for those who didn't hear what I was talking about, I don't want to harp on it for too long, just because I know it's a bummer. I don't want to bring the mood down, but it's also honestly, it is also helpful to talk about. That we had to have our dog put down a couple days ago, and it's sad. You know, it was a sad thing to do, but it was the right thing to do. You know, I was saying earlier how not for a moment have I questioned the decision. It was without a doubt the right decision. It was his time. That's just how it goes. And yeah, I cannot open this one yet. And it was a bummer. It was Wednesday, so it was the day before Thanksgiving. You know, there's never a good time for it, but there's certainly times that are extremely unfun. But you know, these are things we just have to deal with, right? We have to deal with it And I'm glad it's done. You know, I'm glad he's not, you know, there's no concern over whether or not he's uncomfortable or if he's, you know, if he's suffering, that kind of thing. It's like, you know, this is, it's a done deal, you know, for all the emotions that go with it. It's a done deal. And it's helpful to talk about. You know, it's helpful to talk about. And, you know, my wife and I, we've talked about it a whole lot over the past couple of days. I had a lot of friends and family expressing sympathies and whatnot, which is helpful. You know, it's helpful, but at the same time, I don't want to make it like it's yes, it's a big deal, but at the same time, it's like, you know, life goes on, right? Life goes on, and the other thing too is that he was 15 years old, which is quite old for a dog. Like he lived a very long and I like to think a pretty darn good life, all things considered. Even though the last couple of years he had a number of health things we, you know, tried our best to mitigate. Still, it was a good one. It was a good one. So 15 years is a darn good run. It's my mom said it best. It's sad, but it's not tragic. Yeah, never. Yeah, there's never a good time. There's never a convenient time to say, oh, gee willikers, look at the time to have a, you know, a super sad life event happen. It's like, you know what, that's just them's the breaks. But, you know, it's like the great philosopher of our time, Joe Dirt, once said, brother, you just got to keep on keeping on. We're gonna be all right. We're all gonna be all right, and that's the best any of us could hope for. We gonna be all right. That's the you know, the helpful kind of self-affirmation. And we already have this open, but we need to crack open this fella. So I bet that will do the trick. Hey, there we go. We got there. We got there, baby. This is going to spawn more bad guys, but more importantly, open more walls where not bad things can happen. There will be bad guys, but there will also be good, prosperous progress in this cool video game we're playing. Somebody, oh, really weed powder. Jesus, that's awful. Jesus, that's fucked up. That is beyond fucked up. So not only is the animal missing or presumed gone, but someone's trying to scam you guys over it. That's medieval. That's just unreal. I hope you're able to seek some kind of legal assistance for that, because that is that sounds messy. I gotta write my own jokes. You're right. Yeah, I can't lean on Dexter, my one doggy writing team. And, you know, for those who would see him on stream sleeping soundly behind me in his little doggy bed, you know, he was a hard worker, right? Yeah, really hard working with how there would be entire 4+ hour streams where he'd sleep the whole way. He'd just sleep the whole time through it. He'd be like, oh, you're here, Alex? No. I'm going back to sleep. Which honestly is the dream. Honestly, I envy him for that. He was so real for that. Yeah, that shit's insane. Yeah, and extremely a criminal act. Yeah, very fucked up. Oh, okay, they were separate, presumed unrelated events, but still fucked up. Yeah, that is just awful for you and the fam, honestly. That's a tough one to put it succinctly. I think this will open the piece that we need opened. The antimatter area, I suppose. Whispering stuff. Yeah, I had like a little secret earpiece that you would never see on stream. That's exactly it. Or at least that was it until Meerkat blew my cover, Meerkat. Gosh darn it, man. Yeah. Yeah, so now I have to like... Now I have... It's like... The times, maybe not so much in this most recent instance, but in this most recent instance of like rider strikes, that kind of thing. But I think back in like 2008, there was another series of rider strikes that happened. And I feel like there was an instance, I think it was Conan O'Brien, there was some kind of situation where they were forced to still go on air, even though he didn't want to do it. It was some kind of situation where he was still forced to go on air, even though the riders were striking. And Conan, of course, I think he was a writer for SNL. Like, he's a naturally funny guy, but you know, there's only so much he could come up with on kind of on the fly. So they would have to like come up with like really creative ways to kind of fill the time. Like he would take up his wedding ring and spin it on the table to see how many spins they could get. just stupid shit like that. So I'll have to do that. I'll have to like reach into my brain and try to pull out, you know, unique extemporaneous funny moments, because like, oh shit, my one dog team is down for the count, so I gotta improvise, and I'm not great at improvising, so I think the way forward should be available. Let's get back to the main hub area. There we go. I think that's what I was looking for. And this is still, actually, is this open? This is still closed. The gold card makes an item for peaceful weed. I appreciate that, weed powder. It's very, very kind of you to say that. And I enjoy doing the streams. I mean, you know, for obviously, you know, when Dexter passed Wednesday afternoon, it was a bummer of a day, obviously. And of course I was in no shape to stream. And of course Thursday I knew it was going to be a full day, and I was thinking originally like, okay, maybe Friday, maybe I'll be okay to get back to it, but I just wasn't quite, you know, there yet. I had to kind of get back into the swing of things, and I'm probably still not 100% yet, but you know, feeling a lot more like myself for sure. So it's like I was looking forward to getting back into streaming, and looking forward to getting to hang out with the homies, getting to see some of the regular chill homies out here, and getting to play some video games, which is nice too, because I don't really play a whole lot of games off stream for that matter. So it's good for me. It really is. Antimatter generator. That sounds pretty sick. I hope we're gonna see some wild shit in here. A badass burp. The souls of 1,000 turkeys. Amazing. And woo, big jump. That's why they're antimatter. Or anti-gravity, I guess, not antimatter. Power kills. Or we could hit him with the old blasty blasts. Or the old swordy swords. What's it called? Gen MP? Gene MP? I guess Gene magic points or something. In fact, I should be doing this more often. Yeah. Look at the legs walk around for a minute and then fall over. For the Dexter dog. No, I appreciate that weed powder. It, like I said, it's a bummer, but we're gonna be okay. We're all gonna make it. And it's you know, when an animal is that old, you know, like I said earlier, it's kind of always, maybe not constantly, but it is frequently a reminder. You know, it's something you're frequently faced with, you know, for better or for worse. So I had a lot of time to prepare myself for it. And you're never really ready, obviously, you're never really ready. But you're also not surprised by, you know, when the time comes. It's like, yep, this is what I've been bracing myself for, so it's fucking go time, man. The fourth hole, this is corporate America is the fourth hole, and yet it fucks us. We're the ones getting fucked by the hole. You'd think it'd be the opposite. Kind of disappointing and extremely unsexy. The legs walking around, yeah. Yeah, that is kind of fun, isn't it? I like it. Ouch. Like that tailspin they do. I like what the Beyond Sunset developer said earlier when they were hanging out with us. He said this is he thinks, by far their best work so far. And it is pretty sweet. I do like this area a lot. Just the way it looks, just the look and feel of this area is extremely fun. So that's where we came from, I'm pretty sure at least. Maybe I was supposed to go to the second floor, actually. Maybe not. Unless there's like a secret. What this? Oh, it's a save. Save bot. There's probably something I'm supposed to activate then to start some fights, I'm guessing. Start some fights against some robots. Save. Oh, these were unlock panels. I thought they were like terminals for using computers and such. Also, this is big fancy. Big fans. We turn that shit off, and now we get to fight some baddies. Okay, I get it. You like to throw grenades. I think grenades are cool too, but he's up on that shit. Holy shit. I guess it's okay for me to stand on this thing, yeah. I see big lightning arcs like this, and I just assume it's going to be scary for me to stand on it, but I think it's okay to just not touch the far sides. Oh, jeez. Big jumps. Ouch. Can I freeze him? Yes, I can. Then I can explode his ass. What if that actually kills them quicker? Next time I see a big fella, I'll have to try that out. Alright, so we killed... Oh! Looks like this is all open now. I don't know if there's like any secrets or anything to see, but I am kind of curious. And the gravity definitely feels lower. There's a gold disc over there, I think? Or maybe it's a secret? No, it's a gold disc. Okay, that's the thing we need to pick up. I'm gonna go check this out real quick first. Ooh, yeah, big low gravity for sure. 7-Eleven brand Gatorade. I've never heard of this before. Cucumber mint Gatorade. Really? Never heard of that before. I would try it. I don't know if I'd pony up for like a full 12-pack, but I'd try it. There's a way to just, you know, try one at a time. Green card. Alright, so this is as far as we go right here at least. But I will grab that gold disc. We need that for proper stuff. A little bit surprised it's kind of out on its own. But I'm guessing I was supposed... Actually, maybe not. I was about to say I was supposed to maybe come this way. Hopefully they're not going to mind me doing this ever so slightly out of sequence then. Ouch. I'm biding my time for the big guy. Once the big guy spawns, we're gonna get his ass. Here are the grenades. No, I'm not the only one. Actually, now that I know that it's safe to jump around, jump over and kind of through this tube area, it's a little bit nicer than just being confined to one side and letting them come to me. And a bit more mobility. Okay, so it's not a guaranteed kill. I mean, maybe it's more damage, or maybe they just kind of stay frozen for a bit. It's a convenience thing, perhaps. Alright. So that, of course, the end of the line there. Unless there's another thing I need to turn off somewhere. All I did is I just got the gold card. The gold disc, by the way. It says Node 1. The Meerkat asking the hard-hitting questions as always. So it's its own brand. Gotcha. It's called Replenish. Okay. One called Body Armor as well, but Replenish is good. One that is Pomegranate Acai. I'd be down to try it. I would be down to try it. I've actually never heard of Replenish or Body Armor drinks before. This is locked. Need the gold or the green card, of course. Actually, is there a regular terminal that I can access from here? I guess not. We gotta go around. That one's locked. Oh, but now we're on another area. I didn't realize that this is a separate piece of the puzzle. Ouch. I get this. Shield bro. Ouch. Ouch. Jesus. Shit hurts. Killing everything except for that one shield fella. Unless maybe he fell down or something. I haven't seen him in a second. Oh, we shot that guy in midair. That was satisfying. Yeah, it's possible he might have fallen to his doom or something. Oh, I'm dead. Wasn't paying attention. I'm kind of doing this in an odd order, but it's working out so far. Mostly so far, except for when I died just then. Yeah, pineapple. Oh, you bought pineapple juice instead of orange juice. Oh, I get it. Yes, because it's a very different taste. Like, what the hell did I buy? What is wrong with this thing? God damn. And that would definitely do it. There's the fella. I think I just broke his shield and I just broke his face. Ouch. I need to be doing this more often because that gets my health back. Now, I don't know if it works that way in real life, if cutting a robot in half gets me more health in real life, but no complaints here. Also, that hurt a lot. You have been chosen, and I need that health. Guess I'm getting tore up a little bit extra good right now. So now this is open. Still a little bit weird I'm doing this in a not great order. Also, this is very mesmerizing. Every time I find one of these little rooms, I feel like I have to spend a couple moments being distracted by the pretty visuals. And yes, I'll save just to make sure I saved. I'm pretty sure I did, but I want to make absolute sure that I did. Absolute certainty. Now, I already enabled, or I guess disabled, this thing. Still doesn't open. Yes, taking in a big pickle. There you go. I've never actually just tried drinking pickle juice, but I'm not a big pickle guy. I don't really like pickles. So I feel like drinking the juice probably wouldn't do much for me personally. It didn't give me health. It just gave me depression. For the gravity of what I just done to that poor defenseless robot. Now, to be clear, I'm talking about cutting a robot in half. I don't mean splitting a robot in half, and I also am not talking about the androids from Nier Automata. We all know what we're thinking. We've all seen the cosplay. Don't fist androids. It says right there on the sign, do not fist androids. Too late. I should have read the sign. I didn't pay attention. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Let's do this. Freeze him and then grenade him. Okay, it's kind of hard to hit both. That's okay. And he fell down and exploded. Hell yeah. They're gonna spawn more baddies. Oh, here we go, back to the main area. I think that means we're all good then. That means we've opened up all the sequences we needed. If I were Dr. Eggman, all my robots would come equipped with pickles. I'm not sure how to like unpack that sentence, but I find myself agreeing with you, Weed Powder. Like, I don't fully understand. I know what all the words in that sentence mean. I just don't know what they mean in that order. But despite that, I find myself nodding in agreement. You have two hands and thus two attempts to fist the androids. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. As your non-medically oh, here we go. As your non-medically trained medical advisor, I feel implored to say it's probably still not a good idea, but whomst am I to stop you? It's my secret spot. No one ever checks back here, so I never have to do any work. Honestly, I get it, Infobot. I won't narc on you, homie. These little bot friends have never been more relatable. So I'm kind of here for it. When I saw the door was ajar, I was like, now how can a door be ajar? I said to myself. It's already open. Having some pickle lag there. That's interesting, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty okay on my end, but looks like it might have dropped a little bit, but then recovered. Yeah. Were we blasting off to the speed of light for a second there? Yeah. Sorry, I was being a little bit squirrely, but hopefully it's gotten it's regained its bearings. Right, so you must be the other homie. The other person we've heard so much about. Yeah, Casper. Dearie. Or she talks like a granny, even though she's probably, I'm assuming, a younger person. I'm a chosen messenger from God, so I might be able to help. Well, that's reassuring. At the speed of pickles. Maybe a pickle that's just rolling down a hill really quickly. Or maybe it's inside of a jar rolling down a hill really quickly. That would make more sense. Chosen me to be its prophets. Oh boy. More power for engineering, please. It would overheat the QPU. I guess quantum power unit. It'd get us all killed. Whomst are you? Chosen Messiah, of course. Gateway to enlightenment, of course. Nothing weird. Transcended mere mortal understanding. Harnessing the divine power. Bart. Sad, detestable, angry little man. Petty schemed and short-sighted ambitions. How about the other guy? Old Mel. Old Bart and Old Mel. Conniving conspirators. Those wretched machine elves. Little robot friends? Oh, interesting, Meerkat. Yeah, like powers through. I know that desktop has like a, well, maybe it's because I'm using Better Twitch TV and some other third-party plugins, but sometimes when it falls behind, it'll like play at 1.01 times the playback speed. Like it'll play like very, very slightly sped up to kind of catch back up, but it's usually hard to notice unless you have the little third-party tools that tells you what the playback speed is. So, yeah, it's never an issue necessarily. But I know that there's some behind the scenes kind of load balancing that happens. Let me complete the objective. I mean, that's the thing. We've talked to all 4 of the administrators. 4 of them? I guess 3 of them. 3 administrators. And every single one has just passed the buck. And to my knowledge, we could have talked to none of them and still been okay, at least when it comes to doing the access networks. Now, we're ultimately looking for the, what's it called? The something code. I can't remember what it's called. Hopefully the player character remembers it, because I sure as shit don't. There's a certain code that we're looking for. And one or two of them kind of hinted that they may be able to point us in the right general direction, but yeah, none of them have been helpful in the slightest, so we're kind of on our own. I'm presuming we'll eventually have some kind of thing that will happen that will open up some of those doors we were seeing. I might have missed it. One of those doors we were seeing that some of them had one that required a green card, one required a gold card. Maybe that is where our fortunes we sought. Huh. Maybe I'm wrong. So we have another. I thought there was another room. Just kind of poke around then. Maybe there's like an area beyond one of these rooms that is something that I just forgot about. 69 years old. Good for her. Good for her. That's nice. That's nice, Meerkat. I hope you guys get to do something fun to celebrate. But yes, when I hope to turn 69 at some point, and when I hope to when I do, I very much intend to spend the entirety of that year just sitting around and being like, hit, yeah. And that's it. Just be like, hit, nice. And like, just being a fucking nerd and like being an insufferable meme dumbass like the entirety of that year is something I very much look forward to. So there is nothing here. This is all open already. Thought for sure there'd be something for all of our troubles. I don't know, maybe we don't use the drill here. Maybe we have to go back to a previous area. Use the drill elsewhere. Maybe there's something else this way, maybe. It's a safe spot already. I could have sworn there was another area that you see immediately when you first open up. When you first like cycle through. It's kind of outer layer of puzzle rotations. I thought there was gonna be something pretty obvious. And yet nothing obvious has appeared inside of my brain or outside of my brain. Yeah, so I think, let's go back. Must be something else that I missed. Maybe it was the very last room. One we solved most recently. Maybe that's got something for us. So we can just use the map to get back to where we once belonged. And of course we have all the map areas available to us. And we're doing this without being able to see all the stuffs. There we go. I'm kinda curious how this looks. Oh. That's awfully jarring, yeah. So maybe it was something here then. This was the last one we solved. Maybe there was something here that I missed. I thought it was when you first kind of entered that area that it was something super obvious. So far, no dice. New Year's is pretty arbitrary. We just kind of choose that as the time to indicate it's the cyclicalness. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, it could be any time, you know, any time of the year. Could have just been chosen kind of randomly. I mean, I guess you could say that really about the 12 month kind of calendar cycle we're in. I mean, originally it was 10 months, but I guess it was the Romans, I guess, that determined like, nah, we kind of want to add a couple more months that we could, you know, name after some of our known emperors, or to extol their virtuousness, and not because they have huge egos. You know, that we just do this in for good measure, as a treat, as a joke, as a what if. Oh man, I really feel like I'm missing something, but this is going to be back to the first area, right? Or actually, well, maybe there's something here then. Because originally this is what we used to leave. I can't rotate this one. Maybe I can. Can I rotate this? But yeah, that's the thing, because the end of December does not exactly mark the end of winter, obviously, so... And in fact, I guess it would actually make more sense if that was the timing for the end of the year, but that is no such case. Man. I feel like I've cycled through this a number of times and I've got nothing else to show for it. I've already done this one. Yeah, it's like we've already done all these other things. Let's hop out of here then and see if maybe we need to talk to one of the other NPC characters now that we've talked to all of them. Maybe there's something else that'll become clear after we kind of go back and talk to an earlier NPC, one of these other administrators. Maybe there's something else that will become more obvious. Yeah, there's really doesn't sound like there's anywhere else where we can use this drill right now. Yeah, we got nothing to show for this right now. Back to the main hub area. We of course have no keys, or we've gained no new keys at least. That does open, which is cool. Let's go talk to one of the other NPCs. I'm sure there will be something that will pop up. Or if there was like another starting point we could use. Like another starting point. I'd like to hack into these little terminal areas. New Year's was October because it's the end of the harvest. That makes perfect sense. It's kind of more sensible, honestly, than just kind of randomly at the end of December. I just figured the end of December was like just a bummer because, you know, the other winter holidays are done and it's cold and shitty. Like we need something positive and fun, and that was like the best we could come up with at the time. Let's get back, I guess, to the very, very first area. Because the first guy was like, "Hey man, I'll help you as you can scratch my back if you scratch your I'll scratch my back. I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine." There we go, we got there. Maybe if we talk to the very first guy, maybe it'll be more clear. We've talked to all the homies, and nobody wants to help. And I walk up to him and that's odd. Is that literally what we're saying, or is that a bug? I almost wonder if that's a bug. Because this is episode 2, that is Balthazar. Although I like to think of us saying TXT_E2_, just saying this out loud. We're trying to... Yeah, excuse me? I don't know, maybe that's literally what we said. Hard to say. Arrange the little accident, okay. I can take care of her for you. There you go. 3 control consoles. Oh, I think I've already done that, haven't I? Except now we have to use the green key for it. Okay, so we've already tweaked the antimatter consoles. Not because we had to for this quest, but because I assumed we needed to just to, you know, maneuver through that area. We also have to use the green key cards to, I guess, do some other trickeries. So antimatter was the green one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I think. Yeah, it was the one we just came from, actually. Whoop Powder says I have a New Year's Eve birthday. Oh, well, that's partly cool, but also, yeah, that's a good point too. It probably gets overshadowed by the fact that it's, you know, everyone recognizes it's New Year's, so I could see it getting brushed under the rug. But yes, like Meerkat said, happy early birthday. In about a month and some change. It'll be birthday time. That's right, I got the green key card, so we need to activate 3 more MacGuffins. Here's numero uno. Boop. Gonna spawn some bad guys, because of course it will. I know I already made a number of references to the fact this area reminds me of Star Wars. At least the video games Star Wars, but this is reminding me more of I guess maybe both original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. Just kind of space station-y vibes just in general. Which, no complaints here. I'm down. Smash. That was a painful explodey. Can I reach? I got one of them. There we go. That guy just fall off the edge. Where is he? I hear him. Maybe I have to jump up to the other floor. Do I have to activate another thing? That's exactly what I have to do. And it filled it up with water, apparently. Ouch! Use those grenades every so often, just because that's why we have them. Oh god. Oh, there we go. He just falls in the water. I mean, I'm not complaining, but that was a little silly. Maybe he was just embarrassed. He was embarrassed by the fact that I froze him earlier. He was like, I can't handle it. I'm out of here. Oh god. Ooh, cool lighting effect happening right now. Hey, get out of here. Big spinny black hole thing? What's this thing gonna do? That's a little spooky. Oh, big guy. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, look at him. He was like kind of bebopping for a second there. Every time I see that lighting effect, he just fell in the water. I keep thinking that the walls are like closing on us, and it makes me a little bit worried for just a split second. Oh god, that hurts. Makes me a little bit nervous for just a brief moment. Some walls are closing in, or some barriers are coming down. Lots of bad guys are just kind of falling into the water, I'm noticing, and it auto kills them. No complaints here. Makes my job way easier. Ouch. Spinning black hole is also quite concerning. It's already activated that one. It's not like there were 3 MacGuffins. I'm not sure if there's another layer here we have to activate, or... Is that it? That's it. Yep. We Gucci. So this is the accident. Hold on. Was there anything else? I'm still a little bit perturbed. And like, get to whatever's over here. Not quite. I'm gonna get a closer look at this spinning orb of pain, but maybe it's for the best that I don't. Okay. Well, we saw some other thing opened up. 2000. Yes, he is that old. He really is. Can you taunt them like? Oh my god, that'd be so cool. Purge the heretics as we flaunt our bolt gun and our chainsaw. So I guess this means we now go back through this way. All these accessible with the green card? No, they are not. I'm guessing we'd go back to where the lady is and watch this whole sequence go down. Except it is locked. Yeah, well, maybe we're good. We Gucci? Well, these are closed. Yeah, maybe we just go back to the main terminal. I was thinking we were gonna see whatever accident was about to go down, but maybe not. Also, we are good to go. I'm gonna say poison. Yeah, poison sounds nice. So I might even want to play around with poison a little bit. Oh, look at this. I think it's disabled. Not allowed to leave. Oh, maybe I have to do this now with my cool little gold disky. I would not be opposed if there was some kind of crossover with this game and Bolt Gun. That game is so freaking fun. This game is very good too, but Bolt Gun is should be wild. Every video posted, there are some bangers in there, bud. Some really, really solid ones. Looking for any new applications for this cool drill that we've got, but it seems like this was the last one. So like, I don't think that's the answer. Gotta be something else around here. We also still have the green key cards. That tells me there's probably something else we're supposed to use, because this is disabled. We can't really exit without it. I mean, we can almost kind of make that jump on our own, but I think we'd come up short. Nothing else we can access here. Save and just kind of try poking around with a few other stations. Or even better, if there's other areas behind here that usually would require the green card to get through. This one's just off. Some of them are deleted too. Yeah, that's the thing too. Some of them would have unfortunately lost their paper trail. Green card, more like P card. Green P card, not key card. Yes, key card. Ooh, this looks impressive and a little bit ominous. This is probably what we're looking for. Man, I think I'm inclined to agree with what Beyond Sunset Dev said earlier. This probably is their greatest work so far as like the overall level design and whatnot. Episode 1 was very cool and was very well put together, but this is like very impressive. It's a very it's ominous, yes, but it's also I don't know. It's got a heart. Aw, it's so romantic. It's ominous, but also has a very cool sense of scale about it. So I'm down for it for sure. And so this does not open. Okay, that's fine. Let's check out what's down her. Looking for any kind of panels to activate. Looks like if you fall down there, you're just kind of screwed. This is it. Oh yeah. I think we found it. No, calm down. Calm your tits. Calm your tits, unlike the Sphinxes up there, which are very excited about their tits, as they should be. So I poisoned a robot. The robot is very sad about it. In fact, I should do that a little bit more often. I don't know how much damage it actually does. But it gives him a kind of a cool green hue for like a few seconds, so I'll take it. It looks slightly perturbed. I see I'm trying to use my cool new poison ability. Alright, get those guys from a distance because they love their grenades. Oh god. Backpedaling into a fucking chainsaw man. Mr. Chainsaw for a penis over here, my god. I was hoping it would kill both of them. Oh, down he goes. Alright, that makes my job way easier. No complaints here. Wanna follow him? Thought about it. Melt his health bar. Are we done? We Gucci? Maybe. LSD simulator. Definitely with some of the more surreal kind of landscaping and just general architecture. I could definitely see that. Like the sci-fi vibes are, you know, pretty obvious. LSD simulator is a little bit more just kind of, well, surreal and ambient and just kind of out there. But there's definitely some surrealness with just kind of the overall vibes of this one. It's a good sign. Activate. Okay, so that means there's one more then. I see. One more green card area that will be all set for this little event we're orchestrating. Boomer shooters have maps that are big. Yeah, that is very much a issue. I liked the first map, but the first map was a lot, and there were a few times where I was legitimately kind of lost as far as where to go next. We were able to find our way, obviously, and I very much enjoyed it overall. But yeah, that is one issue is how to take advantage of, you know, the modern conveniences of having more memory and being able to do bigger maps, that kind of thing, without it being too much, you know, without it overstaying its welcome, so to speak. And there's no easy answer as far as how to take advantage of the modern niceties while still keeping with like the old school, you know, aesthetic, the look and feel of like a boomer shooter or a retro revival shooter. Because, you know, of course, the actual boomer shooters, you know, Doom and Quake, were doomy and quakey partly because of technical limitations. You know, there was no jumping in Doom. There was, of course, copious platforming and that kind of thing in Quake, but of course with Quake there were still memory limitations. There were things that meant they couldn't just go hog wild with enormous levels like some of the fan generated content has. So like, yeah, you had like a simpler kind of aesthetic, you know, the levels sometimes kind of blurred together after a while, but that was okay because the levels were generally not super huge because there was no opportunity to make them super huge. But yeah, suddenly you throw in something like, oh, I don't have the thing charged up. There we go. How about now? There it goes. I'm running out of ammo. Yeah, now in a game like this, you know, using this as an example at least, if we did have like a gigantic, crazy, huge level, we'd have to get really creative with making sure the rooms don't just all look the same. Because if you take like a Doom level or a Quake level and just make it huge, it's going to be that much easier to get turned around. Even in Doom 1 and Doom 2, when I played through those games the first time, there were a couple times where I did find myself getting a little bit lost sometimes. You pick up the key. Okay, where do I put this key? Or I pressed a switch, I heard a door open. Well, where was that door? That if the door is from 12 rooms ago and from another part of level, I'm done. It's a shame. It's from a part of the level that was, you know, half an hour ago, and especially like I just demonstrated, if I haven't autosaved in a while, then yeah, you could put yourself through some pretty unpleasant headaches. So that's a tricky balance, I think. And yeah, I would say that the first episode of this game maybe got a little bit close to pushing it, you know, with pushing its limits. But this level, I'm not really having that problem. I have a very clear sense of where to go next. And I've not had the only time I've been a little bit unsure is when I've been trying to mess with trying to figure out where to go next with the VR areas, because just earlier I was like, well, we got another card or another disc rather, but do we need to use this disc, or do we need to use this disc now, or is there something else we have to do before this disc has to be used? And of course we got our answer. We talked to the fella, he gave us direction of where to go next, so we're good. But that was our only real hang-up, and that wasn't a level design issue. That was more just a that was more maybe a conveyance thing. With, you know, you got a new MacGuffin, a new unlockable thing, but where do I turn it in? Like, you know, that's, I mean, I guess you could say it's level design, but less like big confusing levels and more just, you know, where do I use this one MacGuffin? And down he goes. Oh god, oh Jesus. These things are, man, they attack real fast when they get into melee range. They waste no time. They can just spam grenades till the cows come home, can't they? My goodness, I'm almost kind of jealous. I'm not even sure how much this poison really hurts. I mean, maybe they're immune to poison because they're robots. Very well could be it. Maybe it's only for human organic creatures. The elevator level, just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. I don't remember the elevator level specifically, but I bet I would know it if I saw it. I mean, I loved Bolt Gun. There were a couple times where, yeah, I did get turned around a couple times, like in certain levels. I think that game did a pretty good job of not having any one level overstay its welcome, but there were maybe a couple of instances that could have been shortened a little bit. Is it over here? Ooh. Ooh, here we go. Is that the goods? Is it accident time? Oh no, an accident! Oh, it pooped, and she pooped out a gold card. All right, well now we Gucci. Getting lost in Doom, absolutely in Doom, yeah. Had to use no clip or ID clip and get even more lost. I'm assuming ID clip is id engine no clip. I never had to use no clip in Doom or Quake, but I did have to no clip once in Quake 2. There was a part of Quake 2 where you kill a big bad guy, and then you have to do this fairly elaborate escape sequence. Oh boy. Fairly elaborate escape sequence through like a timed area to get out of this particular area before it explodes, basically. And it wasn't the end of the game. It was getting fairly close to the end of the game. But it was not like the last chase sequence or anything. And it was pretty hard, and it was pretty tricky, and it wasn't abundantly clear that it was timed until the very, very, very end, when you see like a door getting ready to close, and there was an unfortunate autosave that auto-saved like a room before the very, very end of this chase sequence. And try as I might, I just could not get through that last room fast enough to get to that door in time for it to close. Like I would like each time I would get to that door and just watch it close in front of me. I just couldn't beat it unless I went back and played through that whole escape sequence again, which I was like, honestly, I don't know if I have it in me. So that was it, that one case where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna no clip through this one door. No one has to know. No one has to know except when I've told the story, of course. No judgment, you know, when it comes to having to use a little bit of a helper, a little bit of a helper command in a case like that. We just roll with it. It was id SP. Huh, I've never heard about that one before. All the enemies felt spongy. Yeah. Some of the enemies were definitely spongy. I think that's an accurate thing to say. Also, I want to go through this, but I don't want to get fucking got. I guess I can manually save. Enter. Yes. Game saved. All right, now what happens? Death? Oh, it doesn't let me go in. Oh, okay, that's probably for the best. I just wanted to see what it would take me to. I couldn't resist the black hole hussy. The Blahussy. It's inviting orifice. Couldn't help myself. Smashing pumpkins into small piles of putrid debris. Debris, that is. That is delightful. I had no idea, but that's extremely cool. There we go. This thing's back enabled. Welcome back, Jesse. I was hoping to beat this level tonight, although it is nearly 2 a.m. and I got work in the morning, so I can't go too much more ham, too much more later. Let's see what this last gold card thingy has for us. I'm also going to go back to Balthazar and see what he has to say about our little incident that we just orchestrated. Yeah, thinking more about what Meerkat was saying about with Bolt Gun. I would say that, yeah, some of the enemies were quite spongy. Of course, you get pretty powerful weapons to dispense. You know, the Chaos Knights and that kind of thing. But even then, yeah, some of them were pretty spicy. But of course, that was just kind of factored in. I think, at least, it factored pretty well into the game's overall difficulty and kind of the gameplay loop of getting the ammo and using your resources to kind of cleave through bad guys. Personally, it was never really too much of an issue for me, at least. But I mean, yeah, there was some. There was a number of sequences where I remember thinking like, this is tough. You're having to really carve through some shit. But at the same time, it also gave you that kind of feeling of like heaviness with the weapons you were wielding and the enemies you were fighting. It was, it never felt out of place necessarily, but yeah, it was, I mean, there were some really tough parts in that game, much as I love that game. Take care of Melchior as well. And take care of that. Programming wing. 3 coolant reservoirs. Melchior may have to deal with a coolant leak. Tragic accident, but it's part of the risks of the job. So we have also a gold card, and I'm not sure where we use the gold card. Yeah, look at that. He also gave us like a little yellow pixel, so we have a number of little trinkets to our name, which I'll be able to use to access the various extra parts. This cool little area. Yeah, where can I get Doom? Or longer name for the next project. Interesting, okay. The Chaos Knights weren't too bad. It was some of the ads. I'm not sure what that would be referring to, admittedly. Because yeah, there was like the, gosh, I feel like it hasn't been that long since I played the game, obviously, but I'm trying to think about some of the like more bulky enemies. Oh, these guys are here already. Why is they're spawning in this zone? I guess that's where we're going, actually. Trying to point me this direction, I guess. Because that's the thing, there's other gold cards areas this way. In fact, I'm kind of curious if I were to talk to that guy, what would he say about our little presumed operation that we're about to embark upon which we're about to embark. Yeah, I remember there was like the melee only kind of demon dudes you would see that would get spawned in on the regular. I remember those guys. Bad feeling about this, he says. Okay, it doesn't have anything else to say. He says he has a bad feeling about something. Yeah, so to be clear, yeah, it says it's locked, but of course we have the ability to unlock it with the gold card. It seems like there's two general directions they want us to follow. There's the one this way. The fact that enemies spawn here makes me think this is probably what we should do first. Yeah, the things that I always think of when it comes to Boltgun, I primarily think of not just the Chaos Knights, but like the next kind of degree of magnitude above Chaos Knights, whatever they were called, but they were like the more souped up version of them that frequently had the big scary weapons and were really, really tough to bring down. Were more satisfying to bring down, you know, that was the thing. And there was like the oh gosh, what are they called? Like the initiates, where if you killed them but didn't like insta-give them, they would level up and ascend to being like top tier chaos dudes who were extra awful to deal with. And of course then there was the small armies of imps that would individually be easy to take down, but in large swaths would become a nightmare. Oh, and then there were the flying things. There were the flying oh gosh, I don't know, they were some kind of flying, where are they exactly? Some kind of super armored thing that had a lot of health. I remember they were in the canyon level, you had a couple of those flying lads that were really hard to take down, and they were in very unpleasant choke points, but the good news is there weren't a ton of them. They were a very once in a while kind of enemy, thankfully. Were they dreadnoughts? That might have been it. That might have been what I was trying to think of earlier. Did I just be on the water? Oh, water hurts. Oh, water hurts. Okay, there's probably... Oh, I'm dead. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, darn here, I was thinking that... Be something simple. So maybe I was supposed to do something else on those other areas first. Probably like shoot something maybe? That doesn't seem right. If there was a panel, I'm supposed to. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ouch. Oh, look at that. The little purple lasers come up. Little purple barriers come up. So it's like, okay, can't get through here then. To fight through it then. It's the only way through it. Ouch. Oh, Jesus. Wish there was something I could do that would slow them down. I mean, ice freezes them, but only for like 2 seconds. Something to just kind of slow their movements for a bit. Ouch. I gotta keep backpedaling into all the... Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm getting fucked. I'm getting fucking double teamed. Oh, I'm dead. How's about this? It is 2 a.m. We know what we need to do now. We know what we need to do. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here for the night, I think. End the game. Yeah, we'll go and wrap it up for now. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to be able to beat this game tonight, but that's okay. We did a lot of good stuff. We had a lot of fun redemptions and had some you know some good conversation topics, some heart-to-heart stuff, some stuff that's, you know, maybe kind of hard to talk about when it's a little bit fresh, you know. Pets getting sick and you know, and being put down and all that jazz. You know, animal pet friends getting old, that kind of thing. It's there was a lot to talk about earlier, but like I said, it's at least helpful for me. I don't want to bring the mood down, obviously, but it's important. It's important, and at the same time, by that same token, it's also nice getting back into the video games, getting back to the streams. So it's all good. Like I kept saying previously, and I keep saying it now, is that we're all gonna be all right. We gonna be okay.